Attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Anonymously Loud. Hey, how you doing, Anonymously Loud? How you feeling?
Y'all, it's your boy Levels, and I'm back with another episode of Anonymously Loud Podcast. What up, what up, what up? You already know it's your boy Levels, and I'm back with another episode of Anonymously Loud. Of course, your boy's turned right now. You know, y'all got to excuse me, but my sisters got me turned. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and just bring them on to the show because, goddamn, we already been chit-chatting and goddamn gossiping. So y'all already know who it is. It's the beautiful Miss Johnny Wright, the goddess.
Hey.
And then y'all already know my girl down there, Audrey Nicole, the baddest author in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Period.
Hey.
Y'all already know, man. I missed y'all.
I miss
I miss
you
you too.
I really did. I missed y'all. Like y'all, goddamn, y'all keep me sane. Little people know y'all keep me sane. Like we got Johnny up there. She's like the turnt one. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a Gemini. So y'all my Geminis, right? So Audrey, you the nice one. You know what I'm saying? You my voice of reason. And then I got Johnny over there like, nah, fuck that motherfucker up. So y'all balance me out. See?
Yes, it's all about balance.
Hey, listen, I should be a Libra because I swear I'm not balanced.
No.
I'm not balanced at all. But as y'all see, it is three of us tonight, which is okay because guess what? The show is still lit.
The show must go on. It must go on. That's what they came to see us.
They did.
They came to see the girls.
Ain't nobody come to see you, oldest.
The girls.
What happened with Farrah?
She left.
I don't know what happened with Farrah.
Like what happened with Farrah?
Now I left my laptop at the airport and it linked.
Oh, well, I guess you better go home and get your luggage or somebody a kid to you. I'm just saying, but outside of that, John A., how has your week been, my doll?
Well, everything's been good. Christmas Baby is out now on all major platforms, you know, iTunes, Spotify, you know, it's a motherfucking hit. You know, spent some quality time with my dad. You know, we went shopping today. He bought me some stuff and I spent some quality time. Yeah. And I spent some other quality time with my other daddy. My daddy. And child, honey, we went in the mall, honey, child. Listen, he told me so. Well, I gotta upgrade you because you know you gotta. Child, he bought me a nasty piece of Coco Mademoiselle Chanel perfume, honey. And when I tell you, bitch, I smell like diamonds, bitch. When I tell you, I smell good, time. I said, listen, like baby, I want this. I smell like motherfucking eucalyptus, bitch. So every time he come in town, honey, I said I'm gonna spray a little bit just for you, honey. So that's what I did.
Who is Big Papa? You care to share who Big Papa is?
Let me tell y'all something. Whenever you see the, you know, you just gonna see a picture. You gonna see the hand right here. You probably gonna see, you know, hear a voice in the background. You know what I'm saying? You just listen. You're gonna hear the voice of God and the hand of God. That's all you gonna see. That's it. They were like, "Where your man at, girl? What you talking about? That nigga ain't got no cell phone home. You can't reach him. I don't know where he at. He back there swimming in the ocean with the fishes, eating grilled fish with the children home. That's where he at. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out where he at too, Jeff. It's
No,
hard for me to get in
you
contact with them too.
no, you gotta introduce sooner than later because the people want to know what's going on with Miss Janae. You know the people knows it, child.
Listen, well, listen. Here's the thing. Stay tuned. You gotta stay tuned. You gotta keep watching. I don't know. I maybe be on your front screen TV sometime this year. I don't know, but you gotta stay tuned and keep watching what the Queen is doing because you know what I'm saying. Good things are happening in
I
2022. Okay?
said what I said.
Period.
I said what I said, and what you said was some bullshit.
What you said was some bull.
Well, what you want me to do? What you want me to do?
Oh gosh.
Woo. All
But
right.
but what I can say is I
Yes,
am
ma'am.
happy and
Okay, okay. That's all that
things
matters.
are things are going well.
That's all that matters is that you're happy.
Yeah,
And
you see this
okay, so I'm glad you left us on a happy note. So, Miss Audrey Nicole, what's going on in your damn world? Don't be hiding your face. Go ahead and tell the people now.
So, as you guys know, I published a book out back in July. So, basically, the synopsis of my book, which is called Broken Through a Shattered Glass, it basically just explains um, my life growing up, my upbringing, how I came to terms with starting out being gay, but knowing that I was trans, and how I was able to navigate that with church and mental illnesses and stuff like that, and suicide, and how I became the woman that I am today. So, on top of that has come the
You know?
second book, which explains my personal process because every woman of trans experience process is very different
Right,
and how they do things is very, very, dynamic. So I pretty
right.
much give like a little guidebook in my second book about my journey. On top of that, just working. I work for one of the biggest healthcare systems in the East Coast right now. So just out here saving lives and trying to book interviews and building my brand as an author and a model and actress. I actually have a web series coming out in February called Hopeless Romantic. So yes, I play a side chick.
A
I
side chick. Oh,
play a side
hell no.
chick.
Okay.
Yes, I
A
play a side
side chick or a 5-star chick?
a 5-star chick, honey, with a bomb
Oof.
ass
Close your legs to
man.
married men. Close your legs to married men. Close
Nah,
your
man.
legs to married men.
Nah.
You heard me.
You said side chick. Hell no.
Side
Child, I
chick.
becomes the main chick, but you don't know. You gotta watch. Get ready for the show and watch
Oh.
that.
And
And just,
Child.
where
huh?
is it streaming?
It's streaming on YouTube. You can look us up
Okay.
called Hope is Romantic. And so once we premiere, everything's going to be on via YouTube. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And just living a happy married life. So, that's pretty
Yes,
I'm
much.
happy
excited for
married.
you.
Thank
Not
you.
Yes,
happily
happy
married now.
married, child.
Come
She's
on,
talking about
happily
happily married.
married.
Right. We
Okay.
ain't we ain't reached that point yet.
I've been
Yeah.
engaged, but not married.
You've been engaged?
I've been engaged twice.
What happened?
Yeah.
Why? Like
Okay, so I mean, the first one, very briefly, the first one, I was in high school. I got engaged while I was in high school. He was like, what, 50? I was like 18, 19. And I started my career early on in high school, traveling and stuff. And he wanted more time. He was more settled, and I was young. And, he didn't look his age at all. So, and then we loved each other. He was very supportive at that time. My mom wasn't really supportive. My dad wasn't supportive. You know, he was all I had. So that's why it worked out. But after that, I started traveling. He wanted more time with me and it didn't work. So we decided to part ways, but we're still cool and friends to this day. The second one, child, ooh, child, you gonna get I got engaged to a married man, child. So ooh, child, gag on that. But that was the thing, it didn't work out, and guess what?
and
I
I
forgive. I don't hold grudges. I don't hate nobody, but I understand what is and I move on. So
wait.
hopefully this next situation, I found out He has no kids. He's never been married. He's not separated and married. He ain't living in the other town with a 2-story house, a wife, kids, 3 kids, and a dog, bitch. He's to himself. He has a wonderful, relationship with his mother and father. He has a great career. And, he makes time for me and, he spends the coin on the doll. So I feel like I have a good chance, but I'm still going to do my due diligence. I ain't going to be a stupid hoe, stupid hoe. And I'm going to do some background checking, make sure what he say line up with what he doing.
Right. And I'm glad you said that, because like tonight's topic was narcissists. And there's so many different narcissists out here. And I know the kind I've been with and the kind that I see and the kind that I hear about. And I was like, I don't know how the girls would feel about that topic.
I think I did a cover on that on my YouTube page. I was I was part of a girl bike group, and we used to do settings where it's called Beauties and Bikers, and one of the topic was dealing with the narcissist, and you have different type of narcissists. If I can remember, they were covert narcissists, and it's 2 other ones I can't remember, but you have different type where you have the ones that literally just blame you and you're the reason why, and if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be, never take responsibility, never
Right.
take ownership and
Right.
accountability. You have the covert that really gloats on, you know trying to get attention and want the light on them and wants all the notoriety, wants to get the you do the work but I get the reward type, and then you have the one that like to gaslight, just one thing happened, like, they can be wrong, and but if you do one thing tomorrow, oh yeah, because it's your fault, so you
Right.
have different type of narcissists, and when you notice these signs, it's very important to know them early on, that this is a different situation, getting into relationships, narcissistic parents, especially like marriages or whatever. It gets really nasty, and you just got to know how to deal with them. You have to stroke their egos to make them feel better. um you just
Get
have to know
rid
how
of
to
that.
deal with them. And then going into therapy, you have to deal with a therapist, a licensed therapist that is uh, familiar with narcissistic behavior, because it's very intense, dealing with these type of people. But getting into those situations, you have to know, do not ignore the signs. If you see people with narcissistic behavior, if you're not the yes girl, and if you're not the one that the
Right.
super submissive type of woman, if you're a headstrong girl,
Yeah, it's not
bullheaded,
gonna work.
opinion type, it's not going to work.
It's
And
not
don't
gonna work.
think you're going to
So,
change their
so let
minds,
me
because guess what? They're wired that way.
ask you this question. And the reason why this topic just kept coming up in my brain is because of social media. Like a lot of topics that I talk about is because of social media. Um, so you had that situation with the baby and his baby mama where he did that whole
Yeah.
live and did his situation, and then you had Stevie J and Faith Evans and a situation. So it's like the men, they
Ugh.
record these women saying, I'm trying to protect myself because this woman gonna put out a statement on me and swear I did XYZ. But when I look at the footage, I see the men being narcissists, not the women. I feel like
So
Danny
the
Lee, she just had a baby. She's probably going through postpartum. Like her mind is not there. And you blast this woman on social media. That's some narcissist ass shit to try to make yourself look good, because we already know the baby does not have a good reputation. Every time you read a headline about him, he done put his hands on somebody. So if Danny Lee would have came out with a statement saying this is what happened, he put me out, bye, everybody automatically would have painted him as a bad person because of the reputation that he already holds.
First of all, mental illness is very important. I don't even think they're narcissists. They just dumbass niggas that do dumbass shit for likes, clicks, and views. I feel that they need to do something more positive with their motherfucking life. And I feel that somebody need to slap both of them bitches for getting in relationships and pushing out babies for these dumbass niggas that continue to show their fucking true colors every fucking time. What the fuck you think that your pussy just so push out glitter and gold that you gonna change these niggas. These niggas gonna be the same way. These niggas don't give a fuck about ya. Just to let someone walk in London on the track, bitch. You dissing a nigga on the whole CD when the nigga to produce your whole shit. So like it's just and you gotta make it make sense. If you see stop ignoring the signs, the red flags to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you see McDonald's and you driving down, you see the big ass golden arches. Hello, we're showing they showing you their colors, they're showing you who they are. Even with narcissistic people, stop feeling like you can change their mind. Oh, well, maybe if I give him some pussy, he'll change his mind. Or maybe if I cook him some, you know, a
Right.
hamburger helper or something. You know, it's not gonna change. These niggas are set in their ways. When you start, I'm not saying that because a woman can come in a man's life and inspire them to become a better version of
Mhm.
themselves, right? Because that does happen. But when you have a nigga that constantly shows you who they are, niggas dogging out bitches, and Stevie J has a fucking record, bitch. Like I love Faith. Faith is a beautiful. She's so sweet, but
She should have never got with his ass. Ugh.
I feel like he tried, but that Stevie is still there. That nigga gonna be hit. He gonna be there.
Mhm.
He gonna take it to the grave, bitch. So I feel like she deserved more than what he is. But I feel like they also had
Yeah.
chemistry, so that's what made it kind of, you know. But
Snowbuddy
the
chemistry to me.
ba- uh,
Snowbuddy chemistry.
baby girl Danny, and she lost. She need a father figure in her life.
But
You know,
but guess but
I'm really looking for her brother to really monkey stomp and whoop the baby ass. I'm really looking for that fight.
what really baffled me is that a lot of women was on the baby side. Like they was on
Because
his
they
side.
be doing
Um,
first of all you got
How?
he got his fans people they got diehard fans. They watch this niggas monkey slap bitches across the table and and slap bitches in the mall just for blinking and the wind was blowing, you know. So you got toxic women that also agree with these toxic behaviors. You have toxic women that don't mind putting money on books for the niggas that don't whoop their ass and they don't went to jail for their motherfucking ass and they stand. You know, women are we tend to believe we tend to see the potential in men. You know, yeah, he messed up, but you know, I believe he gonna do better this time. That's how a lot of black women are wired. And we have to get out of that mindset. We have to get out of that low level mindset and stop dealing with these no good ass niggas. But you have women that's gonna always love him and agree with the shit that he do, but it's still not right. I'm sorry, Audrey. Go ahead. You was gonna say something.
I don't even know what the fuck I was gonna say. But I mean, honestly, to piggyback off of that, I can totally agree. I mean, I'm gonna give a prime example. My ex, I was that girl. I'm still kind of am that girl. Like I really do see the best in people. You know, regardless of their flaws, I really do see the best. But honey, when the wires in that brain start to turn and you start to act a little cuckoo for cocoa puss, and I had to go before I shoot you and I go to jail. I'm too cute to be in somebody's jail cell with an orange jumpsuit
Right. And
trying to take mug shots.
right. And as an older girl, I'm letting you know, fuck them niggas. If them niggas ain't showing you, if they you ain't the fucking you gotta be a motherfucking strawberry that need to be picked off a motherfucking tree. If he ain't treating you as delicate as that, fuck that nigga ain't for you. If he calling you out of your name, he putting his hands on you, he treating you like a tranny and he treating them other bitches like bitches, that nigga gotta go. Okay? So don't settle
I
for
agree with that.
less. Don't oh, I should have worn my yellow one. I got a yellow one like that. You want to see it? Hold on. I'm
She
sorry, I'm going
do.
off
Look,
top.
she
I'm going off topic.
do. But
But I
I
got the
mean,
yellow one.
Come on,
We should have
Chris.
won today. Yes.
Ah!
See,
You know, I
on
went
the
out for a
side
reason.
side note, I got this made by Man Entertainment. They made this
Shout
for me
out.
when I did my Beyonce lookalike.
Shout out.
For
Shout out. Shout
I
out.
got the diamonds and stuff out here, and it's a zipper right here. So I zip it up and I get into it, but get into the detail. The Coachella, this is legendary. This is
It
very
is.
legendary, and shout out to Beyonce and Coachella because she's a beautiful artist. Where would we be without her today? See, Beyonce. Let me tell you something about Beyonce. Beyonce a smart bitch. And the reason why she a smart bitch because she stayed. It's a certain way. It's a certain you gotta weigh your options.
Okay.
She stayed with she
Explain
stayed
it.
with Jay. She stayed with Jay Z. She married Jay Z.
Uh huh.
She in the industry.
Uh huh.
Jay Z is 137. All right.
Yeah.
Uh,
Correct.
Beyonce is 1,000 years younger than him. Right.
Right.
But
Not
she
that much.
had she right. So after she broke ties with her father, she got Jay Z. Jay Z was able to protect her in the industry, a male dominant industry. Jay
Mhm.
Z was able to give her street credit. Beyonce was able to give him commercial success. So they worked together. They got kids together. He put babies in there. He liked it women. He liked it white women. I feel like she was a legend and sugar. I don't know. Was it sugar mama?
Lemonade.
No, not lemonade. Let's go, little kitty cat. That a kitty
Oh
cat.
yeah, a kitty cat.
If you listen to kitty cat, she's saying something subliminal.
He don't
She's
want no
saying,
more.
let's go, little kitty cat. He don't want no more. Let's go, little kitty cat.
I think
He
it's
don't want
time
no
to
more.
go.
He don't want
Uh-huh.
no more of your pussy, bitch. Or he
Uh-huh.
don't want no more pussy at all. Okay, so
Oh, oh, that
she
not
was
wait,
just saying
wait.
she was just going in. Let me tell you something. If you get into Beyonce's work, she's a very precise, very subliminal with all her little things that she's put in. I feel like Lemonade has been the most
I
more vocal she's been and very direct
I
because it
think
was obvious the world done found out.
I think Jay-Z, I think he's a good dude, but I think low key, I think Jay-Z
He's a
could be a
narcissist.
narcissist. Yep.
He is.
I feel like it too, but guess what? He working with a bitch like Beyonce, so his narcissistic is
But
not
does that
as
make it
strong as it.
no, no, see, and that's where
No, no,
you
no.
go
I'm not.
wrong.
I'm not. I'm not
That
counting from him being a narcissist. I'm just saying for
no.
your narcissist to be as potent that it needs to be, it can't be as it needs to be to its fullest potential because he's fucking with a bitch like Beyonce. And the reason why I say she stayed is because she knew what she had to lose. So even though she in a situation, and I really do feel like she loved him and I really do feel like
Yeah,
he loved her. He
yeah.
just got some infidelity
He, he,
problems. But
he's a
guess
good one.
what? If you ain't ready to leave this nigga, let that nigga cheat in peace. Okay? How about
Let
that?
him
if you
cheat.
ain't
I
yeah,
believe in
yeah.
that wholeheartedly.
If you go out the nigga for cheating, and nigga, you cheat on me and you did this and I can't even do it, bitch, and you go right back to that fuck nigga and you gonna keep doing the same shit. You ain't leaving, yeah. So what the fuck you talking
Let him
about?
cheat in peace. Audrey, so you don't agree with that? Audrey, listen, what we saying is, listen, so if you find your fiance cheating and you don't go nowhere and you continue to be in love with him and he continue to cheat, let that man cheat in peace.
Oh, but then you can play that game, and that's what Beyonce doing. Cause two
But
can play
see,
that
but
game.
but here's what you do. Here's the ultimate that you do. Now, when you find out this nigga is cheating and you're not willing to leave, is either you shut the fuck up or you give that nigga a proposition. Now, listen, I seen you and
And that's why I say,
Betty
if you're not doing
and
anything
and
to
I and
change
I.
it, then you let him cheat in peace.
But
If he
right, but the other ultimatum is if I find out. Here's the other ultimatum. Oh, I seen you and baby girl X, Y, and Z, and I seen the text messages at X, Y, and Z. So listen, do you want to do an open
it's different
situation?
level,
You know,
it's different
I
levels to
do
cheat.
I do my thing, you do your
Hold up,
thing, or we could do
hold
our thing together, and we have an
I
open
can't.
relationship with
I ain't
boundaries.
that strong. I ain't that strong.
I can do it. I can do it. If I really fuck with
And
this,
you know
because
what?
you gotta understand as a woman, if you dealing with a head nigga that is paying bills, that is taking care of the house, and protects and provides, I can compromise on some bullshit. Fuck that bitch and make sure my money keep coming, and
But
we gonna do this shit.
but you know
We
what?
gonna run the motherfucking world.
You know what? And the funny thing about what you're saying is, I've been there, I done that. And that person that did all that, that was the biggest narcissist I ever met in my life. Like, I didn't even know what the fucking narcissist was until I dated that fucking person. This person was abusive. This person was a cheater. But guess what? He was the type of person, when he was good, he was fucking amazing. But when he was
That's
bad,
what
he was
happens.
awful.
That's what makes you stay, because you outweigh the good than the bad. Because that's like, oh, he give me a place to stay and he feed me and he do this, but he hit on me. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And it gives you like you in the state of delusion, because now you outweigh the good, but the harm is doing more than what the good is. So sometimes a lot of women get in this state of, but look what he doing, and then, and I can't. You feel like you can't do it alone. You can't do it by
Mm-hmm.
yourself, because if he didn't love me, he wouldn't do that. So
Mm-hmm.
you start to weigh options like that, and it does some mental imbalance, and it's very healthy to get out of abusive situations, period.
Okay.
But if it's not an abusive situation, then yes, you can outweigh certain things. If this nigga's just cheating, that's something else. But if he putting his hands on you, that's a whole different thing. But if he just cheating and doing stuff, make sure if that nigga providing and putting roof over your head and you taking money from it, make sure he keep doing that. And let that nigga do what he do, and you do your shit on your side, and y'all come back home and do whatever. But you can create an open relationship with boundaries. Okay, you could go see her and you could do this, but that bitch better not get pregnant. I bet not be losing money out my bank account, bitch, and that bitch can't come to my house. We good.
I can't
What
do
we
it.
talking about?
I ain't that strong. I ain't
Well,
that
guess what? It
motherfucking
ain't for it
strong.
ain't but it ain't for everybody. I'm just saying
It's
that's
not.
just another option. That's just another option. But if
Like
you just
them
cannot
shows,
take
Sister
a man
Wives and all.
cheating on you,
No.
if you absolutely can't take another man cheating on you, then yeah, absolutely leave his motherfucking dick ass and let him cheat by himself.
Audrey, no, you still ain't with it.
No, no, no.
And see, okay, so
I don't like to share.
let me ask
So,
y'all this question, because sometimes a woman, it don't even have to be a woman, a person, because I've been this person before. I'm real enough to say it. You've been in a situation that ain't no fucking good for you. You need to be gone like tomorrow. Why the fuck are you even here? But some of us can't financially afford to leave. What do you do in that situation?
ooh, listen. Okay, so I got a story time. Okay,
Go ahead.
story time.
We listening.
So before me and my husband actually got together, we were both in a relationship. He was in a relationship with his quote unquote ex, and I was in a relationship with my ex. My ex was cuckoo for cocoa puffs. He was a slight narcissistic, but he played with my emotions versus and my mental versus physical.
Narcissist. Go ahead.
Yeah. So my husband was in that situation where he couldn't leave. They were splitting half the bills. They had to do X, Y, and Z. He had to make something shake, to make something work. And I actually stayed. I stayed because it's like I knew my position. I was like, at the end of the day, you survive it. Okay. And any black person's gonna do whatever they need to do to survive or get
You better
ahead
know it. Right.
to get where they need to go. So I was like,
Right.
you know what? Okay, cool. And it felt awkward because we used to sleep in the same bed. It was really awkward.
It ain't never
But
phased me, Nan.
it did me, but honey, I still got the dick. I ain't give a fuck. I ain't give a fuck. As long as that motherfucker ain't put his hands on me, we had no problem. But I've seen it. I didn't personally be in it because I was in my own. Okay, I was always a bad bitch, independent bitch. I ain't need nobody. I ain't need none of that. And
So
when I say
you've
with my
never
family,
been. So you feel like you've never been in a situation with somebody where you knew the relationship wasn't any good and you felt like, well, I can't leave because if I don't have this person, I can't make it financially. Although a lot of us work, we make our own money, but when you are in a situation, we do get comfortable with that crutch. That's just reality. That's life. And
And I got,
sometimes
but
it's like, yeah, sometimes it's like, well, if I leave this person, am I gonna be able to still, eat tonight? Am I gonna be able to do this? So you feel
no,
like you never been in that?
mm-mm, never have. Thankfully, knock on wood, that I hopefully never will be
Yeah,
in that predicament where I have to depend on someone to eat. Now, emotionally, yes. If we're
of
talking about like
course.
emotions, I depended on my husband's emotions, and after we split up before, I was kind of like, oh well, damn, I can't find that. I tried, and it wasn't there. Like I leaned on it. I depended
Well,
on
bitch, you got
our
married,
connection.
so that's different. That's a whole different situation in Val and shit. Like once you reach husband and wife status, that's different. That ain't like you could just pick up and leave them all type because now y'all conjoined
I
and
mean,
y'all got to go in front of a
it
judge.
wasn't easy though. It wasn't easy. It wasn't. We wasn't. Like I said, I was in that predicament when we started. I was
Okay.
dependent. We separated. We got back together. We separated. And it still wasn't. It was like a part of me was gone. But no, depending on somebody financially, I am. My mom made sure I was an independent bitch. So,
Okay. Janae, what you think? What's your
girl,
take on that?
it's
Fuck that, nigga. Stop depending on these niggas. These niggas gonna be with you today and gone tomorrow. These niggas gonna tell, oh, baby, I love you. I want to, and then they go on to the next bitch. So, not saying that there's no guy. There are guys in the world. There are loyal men in the world, good men in the world. They are. But these niggas, they gonna tell you everything you want to hear, babe, and then they gonna be gone tomorrow. But once you in a situation and you find out that you become dependent on a man, y'all come together and you're really dependent on them to make sure, because men protect and provide. They provide households and they do things, and you become dependent at some point. Once you start to recognize inconsistencies, start getting your shit together. Play. Oh, babe. Oh, I love you too. And oh yeah. You listen, you can't be in your mama house and cuss out your mama and you stay in her house, bitch. You gotta play the game. You gotta play, and get your shit together. And then when it's time to go, get the fuck out. Don't be caught up in, oh well, they doing good now, and now it's not as bad as it used to. No, bitch, it's a sign from
Okay,
hell.
so
Get
so
the fuck
so
out of there.
Janae. I gotta ask you a question. So when I talk to you, you are a very headstrong female. And it would take a certain person to date you because you already know where you at, what you want, boo, boo, boo. Like, you don't ever feel like when it come down to your relationships, you probably gonna scale some of that back because you don't want to scare a person off because narcissists, they scared of people like you. But they're everywhere. But a narcissist, he don't stand a chance in hell with you because you read it off the bat and then you gonna go in.
Right. So, of course, a narcissistic wouldn't last a fucking day with me at all. But when it comes down to, like how you said, it takes a special person, it really does take a special person because a nigga walk wrong and I'd be like, get the fuck out of my face. So, if a man is ever intimidated by me, he's not the one for me. I don't need no weak man. Weak men cannot be around me. It's just, they don't even walk up to me.
What
Niggas will
kind of
tell me,
girl
you.
can have Janae? What kind of nigga can have Janae? Because by this time,
But
I'm curious.
but here's the thing. Here's the kicker right here. Because
What's up?
my entertainment side is very live, loud, and colored, right? But when you catch me at home, I'm actually very soft spoken. I'm actually very quiet. I don't speak. I didn't start speaking until I was like 5 years old. So, and then when I grew up, people said, "Oh, I sound like Michael Jackson." I have a very soft voice, and I talk very low when I'm at home. But as I got older, and because I had to defend myself constantly, and then when I got into the entertainment industry, I had to, project, right? So
Right.
I had to learn this, and I had to, and also by my experience in life, I cut a lot of bullshit out from the root. Okay, so it takes a special person, but like my man is effortless. He is just very calm and very cool, laid back, but still masculine. And you know what? When true masculinity comes around me, that's not toxic, it allows me to be feminine naturally. Right? So
Period.
if any man has to force his masculinity and be toxic and very, uh, it's
Yeah.
not gonna work because it's fake. I can see right through all that bullshit. Get the fuck out of my face, pussy nigga. But when
Yeah,
you
we
have a
we
real,
we saw
when
that
when
on
it's
the
a
first
real
show.
right, when it's a real masculine man that is very secure, a man of
Right,
valor, a man of integrity,
right.
he is just it's natural. And when I'm around him, we don't argue. I'm not talking over him. He's not talking over me. I'm very feminine. I'm very soft, very
I
laid
gotta
back. I'm
look.
still a
I gotta
lady at
meet
the end of the
him.
day.
I gotta meet him. Look,
Yeah.
our
Yeah,
next
you and
show.
you probably
Listen, actually, our
yes.
next show when I get y'all ladies together, it's gonna be in person because I do have two other mics for y'all ladies to be here
Uh-huh.
with me. Yeah, you gotta bring your security guard because I gotta see what got you cool, calm, and fucking collected. I
Yeah,
gotta see
it's
this
all
shit.
about balance. It's all about balance. But a lot of people will, see my personality and see, videos and TV and interviews or whatever, and I'm hype, and they think that's me 24/7. And it's
Yeah,
not it. It's a turn on and it's a turn off. It's a time and a place. I know that I'm not this with my man. No.
right.
It's probably hard to use, probably hard for y'all to understand, but I'm not like this. I still act up, I'm goofy, we
Right.
laugh or whatever, but I'm totally different.
Okay.
Dynamics is what it's called, because my friends, my little gay friends, was like, I don't like how you hang around with us, and then when you talk to him, you are like, I
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
well, listen, it's dynamics. It's
My
dynamics,
bad.
honey. It's
My bad. I
dynamics.
love all y'all. But listen, we getting cussed out in the comments. So Adam, he wrote a comment and said, "Hi, would you say most domestic abusers have high narcissism?" Of course, that's where it starts. It starts with being a narcissism, and then it start a narcissist, and then it starts with, and then it finishes with abuse. That's my opinion. What y'all
Of
think?
course, they play with the weakness of a person, and they find whatever weakness that they can like hold on to. They're going to attack full force, and they're gonna continue to prey on that until you break or until you snap. And that's why all these women end up on snap because these bitches got tired and they
Hmm.
killed their ass, slaughtered their ass, and put them in boxes and shipped them on to the ocean. And I mean, my ex was a slight narcissist. He would play on my weaknesses because I was nice and I was helping and trying to be helpful. And if I wasn't giving him a certain amount of attention, it was a problem. If I didn't cater to his needs, it was a problem. And
Right.
I'm just saying here like, hold on, Sway. First fucking ball, I'm building you up right now. Like you're depending on me. Like I'm not depending on you. Like so, come back to Mother Earth. Simmer down. And it just didn't work. Like he would say slight comments to his friends, like, "Oh, she's not giving me no sex tonight, so I guess I'm not getting that." Oh, so why are you telling people what we do in our bedroom? That's none of their business. You know what we do
He want
behind the.
attention.
Yeah, he
That's
wanted that,
attention
That's what they
seeking.
want.
and I don't play with that. Like,
Girl, why
no,
you just give him no head, child? He just wanted some
girl, fuck
head,
that shit,
girl. He
bitch.
just
I
wanted
was
some
so
head.
fucking
When you
mad.
when niggas act when he act out like that and he just start acting funny and "Ooh, hey, you always doing this and you always taking
It
pictures and you
turned me. Mm-mm.
pull it out, pull it out.
It
Just
turned
tell him
me
to pull it
off.
out, pull it out.
It
Tell
turns
him
me
to pull
off.
it out and just go ham, girl. And I bet you he gonna leave you alone. I swear to
Carisha,
God.
no, Carisha, no, I can't. Like after he said that on a group of strangers, on a phone
Cause guess
call.
what? He gonna keep doing that because listen, with narcissistic people is a pattern. They do the same thing because they know they can push that button. They know it works. So every
Hmm.
time he does that, he knows it aggravates you, and you get aggravated. So when you keep showing them what aggravates you, he's going to continue to do that because that's how he gets your attention. The bottom line is, can I get her attention? Yes, because if I do this, she gonna get mad and that's we gonna argue, and then we probably gonna end up fucking. But that's how I get your attention. And guess what? It ends up being toxic anyway. Well, you
It
can just
was.
beat him at his own game. Sometimes you gotta play the game that the narcissists be playing. Beat them at their own game. I bet you they shut the fuck up.
I did. It was called moving on before I went to jail.
Shut the fuck up.
That was my
Hey, if you
game.
gotta
Wait
do
a
that, then do that.
minute, you moved on to somebody else?
Then,
Oh,
hey,
okay. Well, ain't shit, ain't
yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
No, I had to let that go, baby, because like I
Listen,
said, one person is not gonna.
when I left my fucking narcissist, like I was single for 5 years. Like I just got into a relationship like 3 years ago. Like I had to find myself because I never in a million years, like when you see other people going through certain shit like abusive relationships or just crazy shit, that shit'll never be me, bro. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? And then you find yourself in that shit. And
Right,
you just
because besides narcissistic behavior, some people just have anger management issues. They just upset. They have childhood trauma. They're carrying that into their adult life. They throw temper tantrums as adults. It's just a lot of they have anger issues and they have to know how to deal with that. And that's a pet peeve of mine in relationship. When I notice guys, usually Virgos and Aquarius men that come try to attach themselves to me, they usually have, and not all of them, but most, they have anger issues, they have insecurities, and it just don't work out. And some
right,
guys don't know how to handle their anger because a lot of men,
right,
especially black men, are told to not show emotion, to hold it in and not cry or not, you know what I'm saying? So that plays a part, and a lot of men not giving them any type of excuse or any type of leeway. But there's a lot of men that feel like they can't express themselves emotionally, so they lash out in anger and they hit their women and find weaker vessels to manipulate, and it's not good. So bitches like me nip that shit in the bud, and we're not doing that today. Wrong bitch. But I do have a question. I want to know, Audrey, this is a question for you.
Oh, okay.
Is it okay? Is it okay for um your husband to confide in other? Can he confide in any of your friends or your family? Like if y'all not seeing eye to eye and things are taking a toll in your marriage or relationship, can he or is it appropriate for him to confide in one of your friends, your best friend, your sisters, brothers, or whatever?
That's a really good question, Janae. I would have to say, um, speaking like for him, he probably won't because he's a very private person. But if he did decide to speak with somebody in my family or like a close friend, it would definitely be my best friend of 15 years because he knows the ins of outs of me and he definitely gives a voice of reason. He's one of those that anybody can talk to him.
It's
My
a
mom,
guy.
yeah, Latrez. Yeah,
Nope.
Latrez. Like we've been friends since high school.
Oh,
And
okay.
so he would definitely be, the voice of reason on my behalf. But my mama would definitely give him, some insight. She's the type like, don't come over here, don't come to me with no problems that y'all got going on because she try to stay clear of it. But if it's really something serious, then she would answer it. But I try to, you know, keep my friends and stuff kind of out of, my marital business because it's like once you start feeding in and getting like opinions from your friends, then it's like
It gets messy.
it
It
does,
gets
it
messy.
does,
And
and
and for and for and for me, I just I see what you're saying because you may have that person that that one person that may be a voice of reason that can help men to because maybe perhaps they can say something, they can see a point of view that maybe you guys don't see. But for
Right.
me, I just rather not. I don't come to none of my friends for any of our business, our marital business, our relationship business. Don't talk to
Mhm.
none of my family, no my sisters, brothers, nobody. The fuck, my friends are my friends. My family is my family. However, if you do speak to somebody in my family, I would like it to be my father or maybe my mother, but he can speak to my father. They can have a man to man conversation, and maybe, he personally feels that he will probably talk to my mom because, he said the daddy thing, he probably, it probably won't work out right.
Right.
But, I said, okay, I could compromise in that area, but none of my friends are off limits. What the fuck is you confiding in my friends for? Okay,
Right.
so what y'all talking about? Nothing. Okay, so I just feel like that's off limits, and he already feels like that would be off limits. So great, I think we're on the same page. But I think the other options is therapy,
Yep.
licensed professionals.
Yep.
Um, the reason why it shouldn't be friends because they are not licensed professionals. I feel that having a third party that is you know professional in their path can look in our situation and give us a professional opinion about what they see or what we can fix and guide us in the right direction, or we just deal with the problems ourselves and we just have a conversation because conversation is key. So
Period.
but I just
I,
feel like it gets a little messy when your friends get a part of it and then you got to worry about them
I,
telling somebody else. It's just too familiar. It's just too familiar. It's a conflict of interest.
I'm and I think everything you said I can agree with, but I'm a Gemini, so I'm teeter totter. Like it depends on like everybody say friend, 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 friend. That word is used so loosely. If you having a conversation like I only have like two best friends, a male and a female, I know I can talk to them about anything. My business is not going anywhere. So it's like you have to know who you confide in. Because
Right.
you can still have that moment because guess what? You have family members that will judge you faster than your friends will. So you want to talk to your friends before you talk to your family sometimes. Like my go-to person is my
Child,
mama. Like my mama is my best friend. I could tell that lady anything. Like if I was a
that's
fucking
good.
slut on Sugar Creek, I could be like, Mama,
Ooh.
I sucked like 13 dicks tonight. And she'd be like, well,
What
son,
street?
I'm glad you're okay.
Sugar Creek.
Like, I'm just
Oh
saying.
God.
Child.
I'm just saying, like, that's the relationship we have. But
Right.
everybody don't have that, whether it be with their
Listen.
mom, their friend, or whatever. And
The only
sometimes,
time they need to be coming to my friends is I better be dead with a tube down my throat, bitch. I better be
no,
not
but
breathing. I, uh,
okay, like prime example, like I'm in a relationship myself, and I wouldn't mind, talking to my partner's friends about just certain things, not like to get in his business, who you fuck before me, all that type of shit.
No,
Maybe,
I'm talking. We're not talking about just talking to their friends because
yeah,
they need advice on something. I'm talking about if you and your man is not seeing eye to eye, y'all beefing, y'all through with
yeah,
it, and
that's what I'm
some
talking
shit.
about. But that's what
Oh,
I'm talking
child.
about. That's what I'm talking about
Mm-mm.
because sometimes you may want to talk to somebody who real close to them, so you can have an understanding, like why they acting like that. And then that person can give you some insight on why they act like that because that person knows them best.
I
So
just
I
feel like
don't,
it becomes that she's saying he told them something that he ain't tell me, and they said something, and then it get funny, honey. Because
but
the
that's
show
why
The
I'm saying you
Crown
gotta
ends up being
know
a dick to ride on, and
that
maybe that's
too.
an insecurity of mine. I don't know.
But you know what? What you're saying, it's very legit, but I feel like at the same time, like if that's somebody you really
I,
rock
w-
with,
I was told I was acting out of trauma because it happened before.
so that put you on game. That's not acting out of trauma, that's acting on
Oh,
impulse. Fuck
okay.
that.
Oh, okay.
Hell no,
That just
been
mean
there,
I'm
done
not gonna
that.
be no fool. Okay.
Cause we
I ain't
don't play that
stupid. That's
card
what it mean.
before. Yeah, we don't play that card
Oh,
before.
okay.
That's where
Okay,
this
so we
whole
ain't doing it
episode come
again, and we're
from.
gonna make sure it ain't gonna happen again, right?
We
Okay.
gonna make sure because now we know the warning signs and what's going on.
So let me
When
ask
you
you this
move, I
question:
move. What's up?
is it so is it appropriate for you to text your man or let's say you're married, you're in the bed with your man, you
Uh-huh.
have a friend or your
Mhm.
man's friend or whatever. Is it appropriate for, I guess, in this situation, if, or I guess with you, it could be a guy, and for us, it could be a female. Is it okay for a female or male to text your spouse after hours if they're friends?
No,
Is it appropriate? Yes
it
or
better be
no,
an
or why?
emergency.
I'm going to say I'm going to say no, but on the other end, I'm a Gemini. And I'm gonna say, before you met me, you already knew this person. Maybe y'all sit up all night, y'all text, y'all do this, y'all do that.
I don't give a
But
good damn
if that,
because the dynamics
but what I'm
change.
saying is, but if that person know things have changed, okay, I'm over here with my girl, I'm over here with my boy, whatever. You as a person should have sense enough to be like, okay, I'm gonna respect what my homie or my friend, whatever, got going on. So it
And
depends on the
in case they
relationship.
forgot, they need to also check them too.
It depends. For me, it depends on the relationship. What's y'all history? What's
Fuck
y'all
that.
relationship?
It don't even
Like,
matter. And I barely want his mama to be texting me after 10
oh my
o'clock.
God,
Okay,
Jade,
so
no,
yes, my thing is, first of all, who the fuck
no.
is this? Number one, can it wait? Can it wait? Why the fuck is it 10, 12, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 in
I
the
feel,
o'clock in the morning?
I
What y'all
feel the
texting
same as that
about?
way. I feel the same as that way.
Okay,
But
so what we talking about? What's up? Why whatever it is? Why I can't wait till we wake up? You know
Audrey,
what
did
you
you
texting
not
on
hear
ungodly
this?
hours. Guess what? If it don't look right, why would you do it? It could be your intentions can be pure, things can be fine. But if it don't look right, why would you do it? And then number two, that's a door. You opening that door opening, and then shit start happening. Because if I give you an inch, bitch, you gonna take a mile. No, we ain't about to do that. Oh.
Okay, so
Because if I
listen.
did it, then what? If I did it, then it would have been issue. Okay. Okay.
I
I'm just
listen.
saying.
I've been that guy. I'm not gonna say right now my situation is still not that guy because sometimes like
Now, I'm not saying go. Let me see your. I'm not saying let me see your phone. I need to go digging because I'm not that type of
no.
girl. I believe that you should have your privacy. I should have my privacy. I do. I trust you. You trust me. You're loyal. I'm loyal too. But don't be doing shit in my face and having and the phone going off and shit. I'm not saying like it happened one time or whatever. Okay, who that is? Okay, whatever. Boo. But if it's like a thing and ting 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 ting, bitch, who the fuck is that?
Audrey. So if your husband got a text at like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, what is Miss Audrey Nicole gonna do about it?
It better be
Well,
the fucking operator.
both our phones be going off at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. So, but see, our time is our time. So, we're not consumed to our phones at 11, 12 o'clock at night anyway. Um, and I'm very valuable about my time. You know, you could text your friends throughout the day, you know, up to whatever time. But when we're in bed and we're chit chatting it up, that's our time. Like my friends are not going to be texting me like, "Hey, girl, what you doing?" Unless they sometimes they really do, and I'll be like, "I'm in bed with my man. You know, I'll talk to you in the morning," and that's it. But we're not going to constantly
And
be
and
like,
and and and, and to be clear, I ain't talking about his homeboys or whatever because I'm not really too. I don't really care about that because they could be texting about the game or whatever because he like watching the game and he be up watching the game and trigger. I'm talking about bitches and female friends. I'm not saying that he can't have no female friends because I ain't. I'm a crazy bitch, but I
So
ain't
how
that
do
crazy.
you know
I
to
could go there.
decipher? How do you know how to decipher the friends from the groupies? How do you
Listen,
know?
let me tell you something about the. Let me tell you about the good Lord, bitch. The spirit gonna say, "Hey, bitch,
Not about the good Lord.
look here."
Not about the
The
good Lord.
spirit gonna always, the spirit gonna always tell me when something ain't right. Always, it never fails. So I ain't gotta look in your phone. It's just gonna reveal itself to me, and I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you ain't looking for shit. It's gonna show when shit needs to be revealed to you. It's going to happen, and it happens all the time for me. So It's certain signs. Don't ignore the signs. But once again, I'm not the type of bitch. Where you at? Who you with? What you telling them? I'm not going through your phone. Give me your phone. I'm not that type of girl. I
I
don't need you
want to
looking in
know.
mine.
I'm being nosy right now. I want to know what's the worst thing that has been revealed to you and how did you handle it? I want to know that shit.
You asking Audrey or me?
You.
The worst thing that has been revealed is I don't know if it's the worst, but um it was two things. Two things. One was being engaged to a married man with three
Right.
kids and a wife and a dog in the other side of town, the city, bitch.
A
Okay, they
fucking wife
gag
and a
on that,
dog.
honey. Gag on that after everybody done met him, honey. Everybody done everybody he done it's a family friend, honey. And then come to find out he fucking around with somebody in your family, honey, child. And then you trust this nigga and he doing this and he doing that and he trying to stay in good graces with you and going house shopping and going jet skiing with your family, bitch. Okay, so gag on that, honey. But I'm just saying, the worst thing that could ever be revealed to you, child. I mean, being a deep demonic depression, honey. Have to go to the hospital and get motherfucking shots just to calm down, honey, before you won't have to kill a hoe. You know what I'm saying? So, therapy sessions and psychiatry and all that. So that has been the worst
So you went
thing that
so,
have
so when you
ever
went through
been revealed to me.
so when you went through your situation, you did seek help and all the other stuff?
I had to. That was the only
I ain't
way it
never
was gonna work because
I ain't never do
like
that.
and this is why because once again, is it okay to confide in family or their family if um the odds happen and your turmoil and you guys are not seeing eye to eye?
Right.
Why the fuck you think it's okay to confide in a female figure in my family about shit that's going on between me and you? Like, what
Because
the
they
fuck is y'all talking
because
about?
they
Okay, no,
automatically
no, no,
think
number
because you're the gay person that you go to your female friends, your female family, so that's what they think. That's why they go to them.
no.
Oh,
Number one, no. Number two, no. How you say no in Spanish? No. Okay. So the next thing was, let me sit your ass down and tell you this is uncomfortable. I don't
mhm.
like what you're doing. What you're doing don't look right, my nigga. Okay. You see my teeth? It don't look right. Stop doing what the fuck you doing. So when you have issues and you telling, it's very imperative also with narcissistic people, back on narcissistic behavior, they
Mhm.
feel like they're right all the time. They feel like I hear you, but I'm gonna do what I want to do anyway, because I'm narcissistic. It's very imperative to let the person know that you are offending me. This offends me. I think you need to stop. Because what happens is people are going to continue to do what the fuck they're doing because you never said anything about it. So I'm gonna keep
Right.
doing it. And some people just clearly don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Or
So
don't
I
give a
have to
fuck.
bring this to your attention. Exactly. After I bring this to your attention, first of all, I'm gonna tell your motherfucking ass one time. Okay? One time is too many fucking times. But I might come to you a second time in case you didn't hear me, bitch. The wind was probably blowing a little bit too hard. The third time, I'm ready to light this bitch up like Christmas because you playing sick demonic mind games with me and you playing dumb in my face and it's causing me in my mind to go crazy and I'm a crazy bitch. So that becomes very sick when I see you doing strange behavior with female figures in my family. Don't talk to
Mm,
them. Especially
okay.
when they know that we are not seeing eye to eye. You see how both of that, you see how that happens? You see how
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
pot stirs? It becomes messy because now you telling her something and now she's telling me something. And now when the things that I was telling her that was supposed to be secret, she's also telling him the things I'm telling him that's supposed to be secret. And then it becomes a mess. And that's why it's important to have licensed professionals that's not in familiar with what you got going on. They can't be. It's confidential, and if you find and if they talking about you, you can sue the fuck out of them because this a HIPAA law. Okay, so that's why I wouldn't want that. Not saying that you don't have trustworthy people and people that have voice and reasons, because there's somebody for everybody. But
Right,
in my
right.
situation, I think I'm scarred from
You
it. I
don't see
think it
it.
would never ever happen
Yeah, you don't
again.
see it.
No, I was so hurt and so depressed and so until I was getting migraines. I had to go to the hospital. Oh my gosh, it was horrible. It was horrible.
Audrey, I
Yes.
mean, do you feel like you got somebody in your
And guess
corner, man?
what? And guess what? That was also a situation where I became dependent. I was dependent because he was the breadwinner. He was providing. He was doing everything. I didn't have to ask for anything. So I stayed in the situation. I stayed in the engagement. I stayed in all of it because, he was providing and he did everything that I wanted. So that was creating the delusion and the mental imbalance that, okay, well, I'm just going to stay and, he at least he's doing this. So let me be traumatized and let me so it plays on your psyche and it's unhealthy and it's toxic. Them bitches gotta
Can,
go.
can
Get your
I ask?
shit together and get the fuck. Make
Can,
sure all your shit is in your name. So when it's time for you to leave a nigga, he ain't taking shit from you. And you
can
ain't
I?
missing no motherfucking meals. Okay.
And I want to ask both of y'all this question. When it come down to situations like that, because when I think of trans women, a lot of people don't give y'all a chance. So sometimes y'all do end up with men who may be the breadwinner. They want y'all to be their trophy girl, their trophy wife, whatever, whatever. And you may try to go get a job, and they looking at you like, "Oh, you're a man in a wig," however they do. And it's like, does that keep trans women trapped in relationships that they shouldn't be in because of the way society does y'all? Honestly,
Mm. Uh, See, that's tricky because I really can't speak on that. I'm just gonna be truthfully honest. Um, because each woman that trans experience is different.
right,
Me personally, I've been the breadwinner. I've always been the breadwinner for myself. I really never had to depend on somebody. But I really can't speak on, the livelihood of another trans woman because maybe that was their will of survival. It's having to depend on somebody. Like I said, not everybody's walk of life is different. I can see that Janae is a very independent woman, and her walk of life might have been different from mine. But for me, yeah, no. Mm-mm,
What I can say is I wasn't as always dependent that independent as I am today.
right,
There were times where I was very dependent because we have back in the day, there was not a lot of opportunity for a lot of
right,
trans women, and
right.
there was not a lot of job opportunity, and
Mm-hmm.
um, trying your best to escape sex work or whatnot, and
Right.
and if that was a good day, what I'm saying. So it's a lot of things that come with and then trying to find love on top of that, being a whore or some type of girl that's just have put together,
Mm-hmm.
so a man, when you get a piece of man, you want to cherish it and you want to take it, and that's why a lot of uh uh baby trans women that's early age and they're starting in their transition will settle with DL men, and that's because DL men is what when you get a piece of a straight man, as a trans woman, early on, it's like, oh, I got a man and he loved me. We can't do all the things that we want to do because you're so considerate of his DLness because, at least I got a man in the four walls of my hotel and he can make love to me and trade and I
Mm-hmm.
love that. You know what I'm saying? And he come and spend time with me. He called me, every now and then, and he got and a lot of trans women just look for love. They want male companionship. So if that's a piece that I can get, they're gonna take it and run with it, right? But then when you become more developed and more into your transness and start becoming more passable and things like that, you start attracting different type of niggas. You see what I'm
Can-
saying? So the DL niggas, they gonna keep trying it, but now you are able to, deal with guys that don't mind going out, with you and going to the movies, holding your hand, being in open relationships. You know what I'm saying? So it
so
becomes different. There's levels to it.
so question, Audrey, do you have anything to add to that? If not, I have another question. Okay. So my next question is, with all that being said, how do you know when you're dating someone who wants to date you, or how do you know when you're dating someone who wants to have that experience? Because by this time, y'all are trans women. Y'all are no longer gay at this point. Y'all trans women. So it's not a DL guy wanting to have gay sex. By this time, you want to have sex with a trans woman. So to me, I categorize the two differently. Because if you
Mhm.
DL and you want to have gay sex, you'll knock on my door. But when you want to have a whole different experience, they gonna knock on y'all door. So
And
it's
that's
like,
why I stay away.
how do you know when a person want to date you because they want to date you, or they just want to have that experience?
Their intentions.
So yeah. So there you go, right there. And listen, when first of all, when you're dating doesn't actually equal sex. I need to know if you're crazy. Okay. I need to know if you're married. Okay. Once again, dating is collecting data. I need to know these things. Do you have kids? You know all these things when you're dating. And just because I'm dating you doesn't mean I can't date nobody else. Hello. So my
Oh,
thing is
and
when
I
you're getting to know a man,
and I
when you're getting to know a man and a man is getting to know you, the first thing, especially as a woman, I'm usually the one that's getting picked from the tree. So if he didn't approach me, I don't think I want you in the first place. Now there's ways that you can egg a guy on because some guys are a little, they don't want to get told no. So we could be in a grocery store and I could see that he looking at me and I'm looking at him, and he probably just won't walk all the way up to me because I'm a woman that, seem of high value, right? And I
Mhm.
can be like, oh, have you ever tried this? What you think about this? Or I can't reach that. Little things like that that's very soft and feminine will spark conversation and get to know people. And what happens is if he's showing the initiation that he's wanting to get to know you and showing effort that he actually like you, y'all have common interests and things of that nature, you know that this person really genuinely likes you. And then later on, you break it to him, hey, X, Y, and Z, because I don't believe in wasting no man time. I let him know up here, especially if he's interested in me sexually and he wants a relationship, an exclusive relationship. I'll let him know, hey, by the way, X, Y, and Z. Now put the ball in your court. Now you get to make the decision on what you want to do. Now, sometimes it gets tricky.
Ooh.
It gets very tricky because guess what? He has to make a decision, and then once he make a decision, I get to know if you still want to fuck with me in a relationship or you just want to fuck me. Okay, because
So
a lot of guys be like, "Oh, I'm not into it," and this is my first time. But it becomes a sex thing afterwards because trans women are sex symbols. They want to experience. They want to know. They're
that's what I'm
very
talking
intrigued.
about.
They
Yeah.
fantasize, and So when it becomes a sex thing and not an intimate thing, that's how you know they want a sexual experience with a trans woman and not a relationship.
Mm.
And this is why I got back with my ex.
And that's why you what?
I said that's why I got back with my husband.
And now,
Because I
and
got
now,
to know.
and to be honest, and if it becomes a sex thing, and if you want that dick, get that dick and go. But don't look for no relationship out of this nigga. And I hope you charge him too. But make sure you get that dick and you go. Okay? Since you want to get this experience, because this experience is
And I
not
oh,
free, babe.
and I oh,
Huh. These
and I
titties
oh,
wasn't free. This titties
and
wasn't
I oh.
free. This ass wasn't free. This pussy wasn't free. All this wasn't free. So you gotta spend some money on it, baby. Yeah.
But you know, they be looking at like the sex workers. I'm when they look at sex workers, of course, they look at females, but they look at a lot of trans women because, you know, maybe you guys don't have certain opportunities because of certain situations and everybody's not open to it. That's almost
And
like,
then when you get the opportunity, you still treat it like a tranny. So we have to understand. I do believe we're moving forward in the world, and things are progressing, and opportunities are opening. And it's not how it was as bad as how it was back in the day. But I do feel that even still, with early on trans women, they still treat it bad, even when they get the opportunity. So it's like we always know that sex work is always going to be a decent job of constantly money every day because niggas always want to fuck on us. They don't want to take us out on days. They don't want to show up to go to the cookout and bring it to mama and this is my girlfriend. They don't want to do that. But they want to bust a nut. So
boy,
run me that. The Bible says, runneth me that. The Bible also says, press down, shaken
take it
together, and
together,
runneth
run it
over, men shall
over,
give into thy bosom.
press
Okay.
down, shake it together, run it over. Don't play with me. That's what the
So,
Bible say.
if
That's
you
what the
want
Bible say.
pussy, if you can demand pussy, I can be demanding money, nigga. It's an even
Oh
trade. That's why
boy,
we call it trade. We trade. We switch. Trade.
that's what that is.
That's what it
E-
is.
Even transaction.
Transactional, monetary transactionals. Is y'all learning something? Is y'all writing
I'm
down in y'all
listen. I'm
composition
learning.
notebooks?
Listen, I think I,
Okay.
th- I think Audrey already knew this whole thing, but I'm learning
just
it as
like
I
just
go.
like fish just like fish, a lot of women are they feel that they don't want to be called fish, and I don't think they should be called fish because that's not their language. Even though cis women use the language, use fucking gay lingo all the time, but I feel like fish is for the girls, or
And
for
we're gonna tap back into that. We
right.
gonna.
So huh.
It's funny. Like you just said a whole mouthful. The girls
Child.
don't want to be relayed to this or that or whatever. But do the people not know? Because I got people watching. We got people watching. All that shit y'all be talking about. That's gay. That's gay fucking lingo. That's gay
Because
lingo.
they learn from us.
Y'all straight
The world
motherfuckers
is
ain't
gay.
came up with that.
The world is gay. Your father's gay. Your baby daddy's gay. It was gay.
Y'all ain't come up with
Gay.
that. Motherfuckers talk about, oh,
B-
I got tea. Bitch, that's gay lingo. Oh,
Right.
I
And let
swear.
me explain where fish come from. Fish derives from mermaid, the shape of a woman, beauty, the essence. That's what fish, the half woman and half fish at the bottom. Fish, beautiful, feminine, soft, that's what fish come from. So when cis women hear fish, they feel like we're saying, oh, your pussy stink. And that's not what that's what you said, bitch. And just because you didn't wash your ass tonight, don't mean that, what I'm saying, you make sure you keep your ass fresh and you won't think nobody calling you fish, because bitch, I know you smelling your shit. Okay. So we ain't talking about that. We just talking about, fish. You soft, you kind, you look good, girl. You know what I'm
Like
saying?
I
But
said,
that is used for, trans women, when they're
like
very
I
soft and
said,
looking good, or gay men when they looking good,
like I
fish.
said the
Yes,
other
boo.
day, and I'm gonna stick with it. When it come down to the gay family, we are the Compton Clovers, and everybody else is the goddamn Toros. Y'all steer from us. Y'all
Not
steer
the
from
Toros.
us. Y'all take our goddamn lingo, and then you get mad because we better than y'all. Make it make sense.
Mhm.
All these bitches y'all see out here, and I'm talking to the audience. This ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about right now. But to my audience right now, everything y'all talking about, bitch, that's us. We taught y'all all that. Don't ever get it twisted. Don't ever get it twisted. All that gay lingo you see on Housewives of Atlanta, Married to Medicine, all that bullshit. That's us. We do their hair, we do their makeup, we dress them hoes. Hell, we just befriend them hoes because they want to befriend us. And then they take our lingo and our lifestyle and then they put it on camera. That's what they do. Am I wrong? Correct me if I'm wrong.
You ain't lying at all.
That's what they do. But
And then
then
we
when
come
it's
back and
our
make
turn to be on camera, everybody like, oh, I don't like gay people. Oh, that's just gross. Oh my God, you're gay.
They could suck my ass with 2 coffee
Bitch,
straws and
you've
pot
been
out.
watching you've
Blow the
been
brains
watching
out.
Nene Leaks for 13 seasons. Don't tell me nothing about no gay person. And you've been watching fucking Nene, Mariah, all them
Ooh,
motherfuckers. Don't tell me that.
darling.
the
Go
biggest
ahead.
pumps and sissies.
Uh,
I love it,
That's
honey.
a big pump, child.
And you know what?
Ooh-wee.
And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Like me doing this podcast with y'all, like this is the most that I deal with my rainbow family outside of just my relationship because I don't have no gay friends. I separate myself from the community. Definitely not ashamed. I wouldn't have y'all here, but you know, it just come with a lot.
I
It just
mean,
come
me
with a
too.
lot.
Shit, I'm not doing a whole bunch of gay shit. That's the shit that get your clock, bitch. I ain't, I tiptoe every now and then. I get booked at certain places. I show love everywhere. But I definitely I live a beautiful heterosexual life. Me and my man, and we do heterosexual things.
Okay, so we
And
all can
I
agree on that.
there,
Okay.
but let me explain something to you as a
Yes, ma'am.
woman.
Yes, ma'am.
There are different type of trans women in the world. You have trans women that transition to become transsexuals and
Mm-hmm.
transgender women, and you have some trans women that transition to just simply be women. They don't
Is
conform
is
into their transness,
is
and
there a
it's
difference between a transsexual and a trans woman? Is there a difference, or is that the same title?
so okay. So let me break down what trans is. So when we
Let's
talk
go.
about everything that's under the trans, I have to get into this dialect. So when we talk about the different things inside of the trans umbrella, trans just simply means transition from one state to another.
Mhm.
So, under the trans umbrella, we have transgender woman and we have transgender man. And also, what people don't understand is we also have trans non binary. So just because you're trans doesn't mean that you're a transgender woman or a transgender man. You can also be trans, and that's it. Now we use trans as
What's
slang
the
as trans
okay?
women or
Let
whatever.
me stop you real quick. What's the binary?
Okay.
Because that I've never heard that before ever in my life.
Okay, so when we say non-binary, that also falls under the trans umbrella because they're transitioning from what they was their gender that they were assigned at birth to no gender, right? So you have
Mhm.
some people in the world that does not conform into a binary of a woman or man. They're just is. So their pronouns will be them and they, right? So you have
Hmm.
people that are non-binary, you have people that are transgender women, and you have people that are transgender men. Now, when we start to say transsexual, transsexual is when you change the sex. Gender, sex, two different things. So just because your gender is a woman doesn't mean that your sex, your genitalia aligns with that, right? That can be penis, vagina, whatever.
So could a drag queen be considered a transsexual?
A drag queen could be transgender, but not a transgender woman or man if it's just drag. First of all, let's understand that a drag queen is only for entertainment purposes. They put it on and they take it off. They
Mm,
are still men. Everybody, listen.
go
Don't
ahead.
get mixed up with transgender women and drag queens and cross dressers. A cross dresser can also be non binary because guess what? They may feel this way today and they may feel that way tomorrow, right? That's a
Okay.
person that decides to cross dress. They still
Okay.
identify as their gender and sex, but they just express themselves differently with their clothes. When you have a drag queen is for show, entertainment purposes, to be exaggerated femininity. And guess what? When they go home, they take that shit off and they niggas again, right? So that's just for the time being. So that's the difference. A transgender woman is her, she, 24/7 around the clock. She don't get to take off drag or de-wig and all that. She's a woman every day. That's an identity, right? Transgender women, that's the identity. A drag queen is not an identity. It's just a personality.
Mm.
Okay. So when we go back to non-binary, they don't conform into a gender. But when we were talking about transsexual, a transsexual person becomes transsexual when you change the sex. So let's say a transgender woman is a woman because she identified as a woman. When she become a transsexual, either two things: she either changed her sex on
Mm-hmm.
her license,
Mm-hmm.
so legally she's a transsexual, or she has changed her sex physically. She has gone under reconstructive sexual reassignment surgery, right? So those are the two ways you become transsexual. But transgender, you just changed your gender. You just switched from being um, a man to woman.
Hmm. I just got a
Yeah.
whole goddamn earful.
Mhm. So sex is male, female, intersex. Some people are intersex. That is the correct term. People used to say hermaphrodite or transvestite or whatever. Intersex is the proper way to acknowledge those people. Some people were born with two genitalias, right? And that's why we
Mm-hmm.
have to understand that gender identity is a social construct. I can't get mad at I may have my own personal feelings of what makes you trans or whatnot, but that's
Mm-hmm.
neither here or there. Technically, it starts in the mind, the identity. And usually it shows itself, what the gender norm is supposed to be, but everybody don't conform into the gender norm, right? So what a woman is supposed to look like, some trans women don't show that. Some trans women are not as soft and dainty and
No.
poised. Some are very boisterous and loud and tomboyish but hey, if they identify as women, they are women. Now, I'm not saying grow a beard and a mustache because that comes out of the binary of what a woman is,
Right.
but you're free to express yourself however way you feel, right? But that's the difference between sex and gender. Now, sexuality is a
Mm-hmm.
whole different other thing. So you have gender, sex, and sexuality. Just because you're transgender and you're a transgender woman, right, doesn't mean
Mm-hmm.
that you have to like men. There are trans women
I agree.
that like other women, that
Mm-hmm.
like trans men, because trans men exist, right? And then they may like other trans women. You know what I'm
I think
saying?
I think that
So their
I think the only thing that
sexuality is fluid.
I think the only thing that kind of I be raising my eyebrow on is like, okay, so you're a trans woman and now you want to fuck with women. Like, don't get me wrong. When I'm in that mood and I'm horny and I'm dragging my dick, boo, yeah, it all makes sense. But when I'm out of that element, I'm like, make this shit make sense.
So what I also learned is that a lot of people felt that because you are trans, you have to be a bottom, you have to get fucked, and a man has to take over you and put all his sweat and testosterone on you. And I learned that that is not always the case
No,
because a lot of you'll be shocked. A lot of
I
men like
learned
to
that.
be penetrated.
I've
A
learned
lot
that
of
in
men,
porn.
a lot of
I've learned
men
that.
want women
Yes,
to
yes,
penetrate them.
yes.
Okay, so and a
I've
lot of
learned that
trans
through
women
porn.
and a lot of trans women don't want to get sexual reassignment surgery. A lot of trans women they want to keep their penis.
Oh,
And
it's so funny. Go
but
ahead.
guess what?
Go
That
ahead.
doesn't make them less of a woman, right?
Mm-mm, mm-mm,
Because the identity is still there. The sex is
mm-hmm,
male. The sex is penis male, but the identity, the gender identity, the social construct is woman. So how I appear is not may not align to what I'm doing sexually.
And
And that's what I do in a bedroom is my business, right? But I have to understand that every girl, that's not having a vagina is not the end. That's the beauty of being a transgender woman. They are not cisgender, they are transgender women. So it's
it,
going to be different.
it
Things may be similar, but
it's
it's
so funny
different.
you say that, but it's so funny you say that because I've seen women like you, I've seen women like Audrey, and I've seen niggas like niggas, and y'all goddamn bending them niggas over, handling y'all business. I've seen it. I've been in that situation. You know what I'm
Listen,
saying?
a
With
bitch
old,
is fucking a nigga. A bitch is fucking a nigga right now as we speak, getting hog tied,
I've been
nigga,
in a
and
situation
getting
with
dug out.
I've been in a situation with a DL nigga, like nigga. But you know what I'm saying? We had our fun, whatever. And you know me, I'm telling my business right now, it is what it is. I am a top. So, you know, me being the top I am, you know, we feeling good. I'm like, shit, I want to do XYZ. He was like, nah,
You don't like getting penetrated.
no, that's not my thing.
Why? It
It's
don't
not
feel
my,
good
it's
to
just
you.
not my thing. It's not my thing. It's just not my thing.
You said it hurt.
No, I just said it's not my thing.
You
I
don't
don't
like
really,
your walls harmonizing and singing, and
no, no.
if it's secreting and
No,
juice flowing and creaming.
no,
No,
I don't
but
get that.
see,
No, I don't.
but guess what? That's what men and women do to trans women. You don't want no pussy.
Uh,
You don't want that. You
mhm,
gotta dig. Like you can't persuade somebody into something that they're not sexually attracted to.
exactly.
You have to be sexually attracted. But let me touch on this because you have some men,
Hmm.
huh, that are latent. Let me explain what latent homosexuality is.
Go ahead, talk your
Some
shit.
men, some men are attracted to men and don't even know it.
Ooh,
Oh, I can't. And then if we, you can't. So can we have another girl in the room if we do? Oh yeah, yeah. You know she a bad bitch. Yeah, let's have a threesome or whatever. Okay, well, can I have another man? And nah, that's some gay shit. Why? Okay, what type of porn you watch? I watch straight porn. Yeah, I watch straight porn. You know, I see. You know, the fucking bitches that are. I said, okay, it's a man and a woman together, right? Yeah, they're straight. I know you see that big, long, veiny dick going in and out
mhm.
of that motherfucking pussy, right, nigga? Well, see, I don't be repay. Well, you looking at it, nigga. You busting nuts to it.
That's what
So
I'm
what's the
saying.
fuck? What the fuck? The difference is when you in the room and you watching it on your Dell laptop, bitch. It ain't no different. So when you start to get dig in the psyche of niggas and what they really like, because subconsciously he want to see a big dick going inside some pussy.
Of
Okay,
course.
and ain't like you watching bitches masturbating by themselves, digging in
Like
their womb,
I
motherfucker.
watch straight porn. I don't even watch gay porn. I watch straight porn. I watch
So
for
the thing,
several different reasons.
so the thing is, you have somewhat of attraction to a penis on a man because you like seeing his dick go inside a woman. So subconsciously, a lot of men are attracted to other men, but they will never admit to it
Yeah, never admit it.
in the form of being DL, and they would never acknowledge it because they are not aware, right? But then you
Mhm.
have homoeroticism, where a man would get aroused to another man when he sees men ruffle. You know how you see men wrestle with each other. Some of them get erections because they like men on men type of, they may not ever act on a sexual act,
Well,
but they get aroused
when
to
you watch that
other
straight porn,
men, and
when you
and they are attracted
exactly
to themselves.
when you
They
watch that straight
desire
porn,
themselves.
somebody being a cootie, somebody being a booty hole, but it's so close together, y'all rubbing dicks at that point. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I watch straight porn, and they could be running a train on a bitch, and then goddamn everybody done stuck their dick in her mouth or whatever, and then you come behind that man, you kissing all on it and shit like that. I'm like, damn, you just taste this nigga dick. So everything is like homosexual.
I'm questioning niggas that's passing blunts around. Like everybody gay, okay? Everybody gay.
Well, everybody got
My
a
man
tendency.
straight though.
Audrey,
My man
you
straight.
been quiet. Audrey, you been quiet.
My man straight here with that gay shit. My man is transphobic. He's homophobic. Oh, I'm in love.
I'm
I'm
homophobic
playing.
too. I love
I'm
that.
playing.
It's so bad. It's so bad
I'm
because I
playing.
am homophobic to a certain degree. Like I love my people, but I can't rock with a lot of shit that they do. I can't rock with it. And I'm glad that, like, again, I keep saying that shit over and over again. Like, I'm glad I have y'all ladies on here because y'all teaching me a lot about gay life, transsexuals, all type of shit. Trans women. Like, y'all teaching me a whole lot. And that's what Anonymously Loud is about. I'm trying to connect the dots between us and them.
Weird.
Yeah,
Weird.
it can be weird, but I have to connect those dots. I have to because, like, all of my friends are straight, whether it be man, female, whatever. All my friends are straight, so they believe in what I have
Not
going
you,
on. So,
DL.
well, that's their business. That's their business. But it's like, when I have y'all ladies on and we have our conversation and we talking about whatever, like I've had people come on and be like, yo, I really appreciate what y'all talking about. Y'all open me up. And my audience is a lot of females. So when y'all be talking y'all shit, now they going home looking at they niggas like, is he doing what the fuck Audrey said? Is he doing what the fuck
Yep.
John A said? Like,
Yep.
But
He probably digging in his ass now while he in the bathroom. You think he's shit and he digging in his ass
listen,
no.
I think,
from the
and
bike,
I don't know. I think I have to like.
texting me.
I'm sorry.
You got a man. Ain't nobody should be texting you. Go ahead, Audrey. I'm
I
sorry.
can't stop him from texting. I ain't gonna text back, but
Look
subscribe
at
though.
Audrey. No, Audrey, don't drink. Talk your shit, Audrey. What you got to say?
I don't know.
I can't stop a nigga from subscribing.
Yeah, we can't.
Carisha, please.
Right.
Hello. Cash shots be coming through the night, bitch.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Chuck.
You full of That's what you are. You full of Now take that to the bank and cash that damn check.
Cash up your Snapchat to the motherfucking bank on them bitches, okay? Wells Fargo, it's got state of employees, bitch, Cash App, PayPal, Zelle on the motherfuckers. All of it.
Audrey is the married woman. So we got to get the married woman's perspective.
What you mean? I don't know. I think dealing with someone that was, heterosexual, I'm still is heterosexual. I think I can agree with Janae to an extent. I don't think like some men get off on other men, and some do. But to think that, looking at a dick in somebody's pussy is giving them erection, me personally, I think I see it as the penetration. I don't see, let's think from a heterosexual standpoint, that they're looking at the penetration, okay? The moaning of the woman, the coming of the woman, necessarily the man. Now, granted, there's some men that like that little touchy at the bottom of being double penetrated by a woman. That it may be their thing, but for everybody, I don't say that. I would have to at least give them like a 75%.
7.5.
At least 7.5. A little something. We'll wrap it out.
I think me just getting older, I'm 31 now, and I just kind of feel like I don't see sexual preferences like that.
I don't either.
I just kind
I
of feel
don't
like
either.
a person gonna do what they want to do.
You like what you like.
The
at the end of
outside
the
well,
day,
yeah, and the outside world is gonna judge you.
regardless.
Like, don't get me wrong, I do have that title. I am a top, and I ain't never, you know what I'm saying, crossed the line of doing something other. But I feel like if I was with somebody that I really wanted to do that type of situation with, I would think about it. But I don't feel like I've been with nobody who want to make me change my mind on that. Even when I was with the narcissist, I still was gun ho to who I was and what was going on.
Not you let a
And
bottom knock you upside the head.
no, but no, the thing about this nigga
Child.
though, since we talking honey,
That
no, the
pussy
thing
must
about
have been good, child. That pussy must have been good.
listen, I'm in a relationship. I can't reminisce, but no, it was. But the thing about
Fuck
him
that nigga.
was he was not your average bottom or whatever. Like he really wasn't. Like he was a nigga. He was everything I needed him to
He
be.
came off as a top, but he was a bottom in the bedroom.
No, it's not that he came across as a top. He told me what he was, but he was a
No, I'm
nigga.
saying like he was masculine on the outside.
Very, very,
Okay. And a
very.
bitch in the bed. Okay, I get it.
Even in the bedroom, I mean, he let me do my thing, but he still was a nigga in the bedroom. He wasn't no who
Oh, he
how.
was a power bottom. A power bottom.
Mm, if that's what they
I
call
got
him,
you.
then I guess that's what that
That's
was.
what it is. That's what it is, babe.
Ugh.
Powerhouse. Thrust.
So what makes a
Force
person
engine.
a power bottom? What makes them that?
So a power bottom is a person that ends up that's a bottom, but they end up fucking you by being a bottom. Okay, so people feel like being a bottom is being submissive and getting fucked and plunged and dug out and hog tied, but a power bottom can easily take over the situation just by being dominant as a bottom and making the top the bitch. They just got a dick.
Listen, I,
Oh, you didn't like that.
no, no, no. No, I ain't say that at all because no, I
What
feel
would a put what a drop a bomb on that motherfucker? You put it
no,
Goodbye. Goodbye.
no. What I was gonna say was, I
Ooh-wee.
mean, I have been in a situation where, outside of that relationship I was just speaking about, like I've been with a nigga who was that nigga woo woo, and then he just kind of took over, but he was my bottom, but he was like that nigga at the same token. Like I appreciate that. I do. I appreciate that.
Mhm.
Oh
So did you
Lord,
have an orgasm from here to heaven?
did I?
Was it
My
good?
my orgasms normally come just
Audrey.
be
Look
by
at
myself.
Audrey. Look at Audrey. Y'all be ready for me, huh? Y'all do not
It
be ready for
normally,
me,
I
child.
don't be ready. I
It
Listen,
do
normally
not.
comes
listen,
just me by
listen. The
myself.
Bible, the Bible says you have to be ye ready at all times. You won't have to get ready. You want to be ready. So listen, when the rapture come, you gotta be ready. You got to, because you're gonna be caught up in a lot of these bitches that they be talking shit about the trans and the gays. It's oh, you gonna go to hell, and child, you're gonna gag, bitch, when you get to heaven and find out that your name is not on the Lamb's Book of Life, and Jesus is gonna be riding on a cloud, bitch, and they gonna be like, oh, bitch, I don't see your name. Jesus and God gonna be sitting back like, bitch, girl, bye. They gonna pull a lever back, bitch. The floor gonna fall right in front of you, bitch, and
Oh,
you
don't
gonna
let me
fall and sink. You gonna fall and sink into the fiery lake pits of motherfucking hell, bitch, with gasoline draws, hole, and you gonna be drinking on hot sauce with cold motherfucking ice in that bitch, okay?
No, that's not nice.
Just leave the people alone. Let them people be how they want to be, and just mind your business. People turn into 7 Day Adventist saints, bitch. When they find out somebody a gay or a sissy or a punk or what, oh my gosh, the kids. Oh yeah, the kid. What about the kids? Fuck the kids. The kids got more plenty than y'all dumbass bitches. Shit. Sick of it. Motherfucker sick of it.
No, that's not nice, Johnny. That's not nice.
What you mean it's not nice? It's the truth. I'm saying the shit that a lot of people won't say. Like people all the people with children They use children as a clutch for the shit that they don't like. When they been doing, you don't mind your children, Timmy, going in buying them guns and shit for Christmas so they could shoot up the churches and the Chinese restaurants, bitch. You don't mind buying your baby girl little babies and dolls and, so they can get pregnant at 12, 15, 16 years old, my nigga. But don't be gay, okay? Don't let the kids see gay shit on TV. Or close your eyes, okay? You don't want that. So if we're going to be this way about that, be this way across the board. If you don't want your kids watching none of that shit, put the parental control on the shit, and then they can watch shit. But a lot of these kids, they gonna find out anyway. They got laptops. They know how to go in and go on the internet and go on Instabook and Instagram and shit.
I damn
They know
sure was
all this
watching
shit.
porn way before the internet became a thing.
You
I
know what
damn
I'm
sure was
saying?
watching porn.
And
I ain't
and
gonna lie.
and 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 people feel like everything is all sexualized and all of that. But like when we talk about the last episode, we always seen heterosexualism being displayed broadly on TV because that's the norm, that's the sexual
Right.
norm, right? But everybody doesn't conform into that normality. Some children like me, I was 4 years old when I knew that I didn't like girls. I knew that I wanted to play with, girl things and dolls and hair. And I knew that I liked it pink and not, boy stuff, and I didn't want an action figure and cars and shit. I wanted to be with the girls. I wanted to play with the girls, but I had to suppress that because I was taught that I had to fit in a prototype. I had to be this way and this the way that you're
Right.
supposed to be. And who the fuck said I had to be that way? So I had to suppress all those feelings and all those emotions going in until I got older and I was able to really just be free and it happened on its own. And when it happened on its own, I just looked back and I realized, wow, I always felt this way. And and people feel like, and don't get me wrong, I can't get mad at how some trans women get to their destination.
Right.
Everybody has different routes how to get to
Right.
their destination. Boom, you arrive. I respect you as who you are. But at the same time, some trans women didn't have the choice, the privilege and the choice to be trans women. Some people had body and gender dysphoria. Let me break that down. Body and gender dysphoria, when your body, your mind doesn't align to the body that you was assigned to at birth, the gender dysphoria, you don't align mentally with with the genitalia that you were born with at birth.
Mm-hmm.
There's a distinction. There's a mental. I don't want to use mental disability because we don't want to compare trans women to mental disabilities, but there's a dysphoria, right?
Yeah.
So there's a dysphoric distinction from the mind and the genitalia, the body, the mind, genitalia. It correlates with each other, and somehow it's mixed up, right? And people are born this way, and guess what? They express these things early on. So when people say, "Oh, it's just a phase," and no, it's just I don't believe, and your child, they don't know no better. No, I knew
No, it's
exactly
definitely
what it
not a
was at
phase.
I knew exactly what it was at 4. But
Yeah.
however, what I would say, if I had a child that expressed themselves to me, first of all, you want to create the space for your child to speak to you. You want to listen to your child, right? Create the space where the child can be safe to come talk to you and say, "Mommy, you know, this is how I feel." Or you pay attention, look what your child is doing. You will see that your child is gearing off in another direction.
Right.
And you ask them certain questions. How do you feel without, you know, hammering them and telling them what's right or wrong? Guide them in the direction, support them is the word. Support them. I'm not saying motivate them and, "Oh, you're gonna be a girl, so this is what we got." No, it's about supporting your child when they show early on behaviors of what transgender is or what how or so forth. Support that child, and then when they get to a certain age, maybe we can do some hormone therapy, maybe around your teenage, to suppress
Right.
the hormones, to suppress the puberty, right? We're not
Mhm.
stopping it, we're just suppressing it for now. And then perhaps, let's say it may be a phase for you. When you get 18, you can make your own fucking decisions and you can stop doing what you're doing. But if you're telling me that this is how you feel, we can suppress these things until you become of age to make your own decision. I don't believe children, once again, I
Mhm.
don't believe in giving your children sexual modifications, surgical modifications to change their body. I don't believe that you should be doing anything surgically to the child with their gender as a minor. I don't believe in that. And I feel like that was the misconception where people don't cut the man dick off, man. Don't cut the man dick off, man. Come on, man. This guy's going to cut the man dick off.
Okay,
It's not
Bootsy.
about doing it's not about doing these things to the child. All they was doing with Zaya was supporting their child and
Yeah.
how they identify, right? So I feel that once they get older and of age, then they can make those surgical decisions. But you want to support your children, you know, up into how they are. That's how you properly help transgender children early on when you see their early ages. I wish my parents had the verbiage or the mental ability and the tools to really nurture me as a young transgender child. Perhaps I may not had all the trauma that I went through. I
Right.
probably didn't have to went through all the mental, things, and I probably been more sane. But guess what? I had to unlearn all those behaviors as I got older. It took a lot of therapy.
Oh yeah.
When you
We all
become
did.
trans and
Yeah.
when you become trans and when you become a transgender and you want to get surgeries and hormones, you have to take therapy. You have to go see a psychiatrist. That's one of the requirements, so they won't make sure, so they'll make sure you're making the right decision because this is medicine now you're dealing with changing your body. So we want to make sure everybody just jumping up and doing it just because it's a trend.
Yeah, and it's definitely a trend. But I want to ask Audrey, since we're sitting here talking about children, and Audrey is married, so it's like, what what's your plan for you and your husband when it comes down to children?
Well, I kind of want to piggyback off of Janae before I even answer that question.
Okay, go ahead.
Uh, I was actually in that predicament. I actually started trying to transition at the age of 16. I actually mentioned that in my book. Um, and I'm so thankful that I didn't, because I do too agree that children shouldn't snip or change any part of the genitalia until they max their level of, puberty. Everybody's puberty is different. And I do understand that some children do have a major dysphoria of their body. Trust me, I get it. I didn't want my little PP when I was young. I didn't like it. It took me a while to get comfortable with it. Um, but when I did, it was okay. But um, I needed, I wanted kids. And let's just say I went on ahead and did my hormone therapy and continued on this journey. Having kids would have been slim to none. Okay. I would have been off of my hormones. That would have been 10 plus years of transitioning. And that's a lot of time to revert back into making sure
Mhm.
that your sperm count would have been leveled enough for you to have children. So, in a mental capacity, I probably wouldn't have been prepared for that. And I'm
Mhm.
thankful that I actually took the time to wait. And I did it at transition when I did because I was able to financially pay for, you know, preserving my sperm. Now, going to my husband,
You got
he asked,
sperm?
I did. I conserved mine. hmm
I didn't know
Yeah,
you
because
had sperm, girl. I thought you.
mm,
Oh, you trans? Okay.
talking to, but
Yeah.
but but yeah. So my husband, he has two boys, and the oldest is 6. And so, what
Come
I
on,
was
soccer
fortunate to
ball.
do. Right. When I was first in school, I
Not
was
soccer ball.
I was a boy, and so when I started my transition last year,
Right,
we actually came into an agreement that I will go forward being introduced as Audrey. I am your wife. I'm
right,
your girlfriend at that time, so we won't confuse the kid. And of course, kids gonna have some questions here and down along the lines. But when he's ready and when he is of age to understand, um, then we will amass that when we get to it. But I will do my kid the same way. Once I feel as though I'm comfortable enough and that they are at a level to understand and comprehend what I'm saying and be okay to ask questions is when I disclose that information. But going forward, I am I of Audrey, and I am your bonus mom, your stepmother. Mm.
So speaking of that, two things. I want to talk about the children. I want to talk about um uh fuck. What else was I gonna say? I want to talk about the kids and the birds and the bees. I feel like in 2022, the new version of the birds and the bees is not just a man and a woman and a dick on the pussy and the pussy is sitting on
Not
the dick and
anymore.
who
The
ass
birds and
or
the
who's
bees
sitting on who
changed
face.
so much.
It's about this is a cisgender woman, right? Because we're talking to our kids like this today. This is a cisgender man, and this is how they were born, and this is how they was assigned at birth, and this is a person that is transgender. This is a person that transitioned from this to that. This is a person that transitioned for this and that. This is a non-binary person. That's the new birds and the bees type of talk that we're having, that we should be having
right,
today, because it's
right,
not 1988 anymore. So when we talk about, oh, when I go tell the kids, oh my God, they innocent. When you start talking about these talks, because if you worry about the world influencing your kids, you have felt as a parent. The first influencers should be you. Hello, you're the parent. You should be the first influencers. So if you ain't doing your job, then of course everybody's gonna be influencing your motherfucking kids. But when it goes back to the children, for me, when it comes down to, I do aspire to have children. I do aspire to have a son and a daughter. I want a son first and a daughter or whatever. I did say I was gonna. Okay, so my thing is, me and my guy, we talked about it. We was saying that it boiled down to adopting, if we had to adopt, right? So if we adopt, he's open for it, and I said, oh, we can. He said he don't want no baby, but he don't mind getting an Asian baby. He wants some type of exotic baby, or
oh
he said if
Lord,
we're gonna die, we might as well just go. I said,
no,
yeah, but they definitely ain't gonna think that is. I ain't gonna be
right,
able to flex my pussy like I want to flex my pussy. They gonna know that ain't my child. You know what I'm saying? But I
right.
mean, we could talk about it, but that's what he said. But we gonna come into a thing. But
So
bitch, when
you
I
got an
tell
Asian
you, when
man?
I get this motherfucking baby, I'ma have a whole roller. I'm gonna do a maternity pictures. You thought Lil Nas did it, bitch? Let me tell you something. I'm gonna have maternity pictures. I'm gonna have a baby bump. I'm gonna show my
You
stomach. I'm
keep
gonna be
turning
bitches.
around in this
Bitches
chair,
are
and
going
it
to.
just
They are
drives me
going to
crazy.
they are going to gag when they see me, because they're gonna be like, "How the fuck this bitch?" I'm gonna be praying. I'm gonna have maternity pictures. I'm gonna be talking my stomach, bitch. I'm gonna be in the hospital sweating. Oh my god! I
Oh
probably
my
wanna make a
God.
whole music video out of that bitch. It's gonna be a movie. And then
Well,
after that, I'm gonna get the baby from the adoption center or whatever, and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, see, bitch, I got a baby." They're gonna gag. They're gonna gag. It's a
well, I
show.
drew. We gonna
Mhm.
have to be there.
Chad, I'm be just like this.
Absolutely, I'll bring her to the baby shower. I'm
Look,
gonna
we
have
gonna
two
have
baby
to be
showers. I'm gonna
there.
have a baby shower. My first baby shower is gonna be June 12th, in probably in New York. So yeah,
Oh, why June 12th? Why June 12th?
I'll tell you later.
No, I only asked that question because June 12th is my grandmother's birthday, but my birthday is June 11th.
Oh, oh really? Oh yeah, because you is a Gemini.
I
Well, I have something special set up on June 12th.
uh,
So
June
it's gonna be
12th
really
has
nice.
not always been a great year. You know, OJ killed his ex-wife on June 12th. Then that man
And
walked in
guess
that
what? They ain't got
club.
shit to do with me.
That man walked in that
Got
club and
shit to
killed
do with
all
me.
the gay people on June 12th. So June 12th is just not a good day.
Well, fuck that nigga and fuck all of the. I
I'm
hope
scared of
karma
June
come,
12th.
and I hope they karma and the spirits come with a porcupine dildo and go up
Oh
his
Lord
ass.
Christ.
Okay.
Listen, you know when you talk, I have to answer to all of those inboxes, right?
You
So
ain't
we
got
got to
and
answer a
you ain't got to
question.
respond.
We got a question.
What's the question?
What's up,
So the
boo?
question was, um, do you think, do y'all think
Wait,
kids
how
are
you see
confused
comments? I don't see comments.
Because
when they have?
I put them on the screen.
Oh, go
Well,
ahead.
see, I can go to the chat and I can
Oh
see the
yeah,
question.
and it's a chat too.
So
Yes.
yeah, I can see the question.
Oh.
Um, well, I don't know because these modern day kids, past 1990s, these kids are ultra smart.
The
Okay, like
hold
they
on
don't.
before hold on before you answer that. It say, do y'all think kids are confused when they have two mommies or dads?
I
That was
think
the
I just
question.
said that. I think
You asking me?
I,
choose.
both of y'all go. Audrey is already
No.
answering.
Oh, go
Well,
ahead, Audrey.
I was just saying, people, these kids nowadays on some next level shit. Like their brain cells be way more advanced than our brain cells. So, I won't say necessarily confused, but of course they're gonna want questions. They're gonna want answers. Their curiosity, they're curious now. So now they want to know. Like, hey, this is interesting. I have two mommies, or hey, this is interesting. I have two daddies. They want to know. So it's not that they're confused; they just curious.
Well, listen, my thing is, I don't know why we feel like the kids are so stupid and they're so dumb, like they don't know anything. A
Right.
lot of these no good, long dick ass niggas been out of their kids' life for eternity, and they mama and was living in they mama's house, and they seen two women growing up and being in two women's household. They knew that was their grandma. They know that I'm the mama. It's two women in the house, and we both taking care of the kids. The grandmama had to be the daddy. The grandmama had to be the mama. The mama had to be this. The mama wasn't there. So we can't say, oh, with two women in the household, two men in the household, we don't know the kids. Oh, we gonna confuse it. No, I do believe in balance when it comes down to feeding your kids. A male companionship and then a female companionship. I think I think that would be more of a thing. But however, I feel that the new norm, right? The new norm is two women can be in a household. You can have two moms in a household.
Mm-hmm.
Two men can raise a healthy child.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening, right? And then they can understand that in other families they may have a mom and a dad, or two dads or two moms, or and then some kids ain't got men. So you just have to create the new norm. What is normal, right, nowadays. So we are accustomed
And I
to
was and
it's
I was
supposed
about
to
to ask
be
you that.
man and a woman.
What is the
Why,
new
how
norm?
come? Right, but how come we understood that having one mom and no dad was normal? How about that? So when we talk about, a mom and a mom, at least they got two parent figures that can love and cherish them. You know what I'm saying? So when we create the new norm, it's just that what's accepted now in society. And we all have to just let first of all, the kids are going to recognize that. We just
Mhm.
reinforce it. They're going to recognize it. Hello, I see two bitches
And
in my face.
That's
Two
and
all.
that's
niggas, two big
why
wide niggas in
that's
my face.
why I created Anonymously Loud, because guess what? We could talk about people, we ain't got to say their name, but we gonna be loud about it. And everything you saying, I totally agree with. I totally agree with. Like,
Absolutely.
I'm
Let's
still
just
trying to
say,
figure out how we the most hated, but we're the most loved. How does
I
that
want to
make
say we the
sense?
most loved. I want to say
No,
all
we
that.
are. Audrey, you don't think so?
No, I don't
You
think we're the
don't,
most loved.
Audrey, you
No,
don't think that these girls out here imitate you?
they might imitate, but if they love what they see, they is not the persona behind it. I mean, they love the characteristics of that. It's not personal. That's what I'm saying. Of I don't feel like we're loved because if we were loved, we wouldn't be treated as the way we are.
No, but
So
think about it like this, and now you about to make me get deep because think
go
about it like
ahead.
this: when it come down to
Not deep.
yeah, you know, I get deep, baby. but but
Ooh.
it's almost like with white and black. It's almost like with white and black. Had a white people take away from us, and you know, according to certain white people, we just scum of the earth. That's the same way
Okay.
other people look at us, but they don't. They do not take from us. We all they know. Without us, there's no them.
That's not a lot of things.
You don't think so? Without us, there's no them. I had
I
more
mean, that's
people.
true.
I had so many people. But is Audrey 18? No, she's older than that. Anywho, I don't even know who that is. But I had so many people just say how you ladies on the last episode just really open their eyes up to a lot of things. Now, if y'all walking down the street, yeah, people don't like y'all, whatever. Now y'all on this public platform and y'all educating people, but a lot of my audience is women, and those same women was like, whoa, maybe I need to make sure. Because John A said XYZ. Audrey said XYZ. So that's why I say we're the most hated or the most looked down upon. They use our slang. They use us to dress them, to do their hair, to do their makeup, whatever it is. We're so looked down upon, but without us, the world does not go round. It
And
doesn't.
that is true. Like I said, I feel they love things of us. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna
Mm.
think they love us.
They love
They love things
us.
about
How,
us. They love.
how,
They love.
how do you not feel like they don't love us? How?
Okay, because we wouldn't have had to go through what we went through. If you look at, because listen, I'm gonna break it down for you, okay?
Mhm.
Because when you say they love us, yeah, that's just like black people. They want to be us. I get that. But do they really love us? Would they go to war for us? That's what I'm talking about. Love, you got to go for war. You're going to go toe to toe. You're going to fight for something you love, right? So that's what I'm saying. If they love us, they'll fight for us. Like Black Lives Matter, that whole persona is not all Black lives. Let's put that out there. So no, they don't love us. They love things about us. They love things of us, characteristics, how we carry ourselves, why we're poised, our fashion, our laughs, everything about us, but they don't truly love us.
I like the way you
Sit on,
put that.
sit
I
on.
like the way you put that because you're absolutely right.
They don't. Because let a trans woman be dead on the street. I bet you them black men's and black women's and white men and white women just gonna be like, oh, well, that's another
Mm-hmm.
he, she, that's another, man. So no, they don't love us. They don't. They fantasize. They love the appearances, what we give, what we serve. They
And
don't
that
love
was
us.
a question that I asked to John A earlier, really to both of y'all. And I was like, how do y'all know when they want you or they want that fantasy?
You know.
Yeah.
You just know. It's like a boy and a girl. If they want the pussy or they want you for you. When it's
Mm-hmm.
time to go toe to toe, you know. You
Let
know.
me ask y'all this question. I just gotta ask it out loud. Both of y'all can answer because it's an open question. What's the biggest turnoff that a person can do to a trans woman? What's the biggest turnoff?
Ask about our private parts. Like that's the biggest for me. Like, why is that the first thing you can think of?
Mm.
Like, do you still have it? What? You know, that's for me personally. Like, I just can't. I just can't.
I can understand that. And I'm not gonna lie, because let me tell you this. Yeah, I'm gay, but when it come down to me, man, I do live my life like a heterosexual. It is what it is. I got my nigga. I'm not ashamed of being gay. I'm on a public platform. I'm saying that shit. But my everyday life is like I do kind of live like the heterosexual people. So it's questions that I ask. I be wanting to know because I don't know.
Yeah. And then you
And
also got to think about it. We try to live our life like the heterosexual norm, and some trans women do. One could be for safety, another could be for comfort.
yeah,
Um, but it's like when you do transition, it's now you in the public eye as a heterosexual in a
right,
sense.
right,
Um, so it plays a lot. It really does play a lot. And when I was in a dating world, when me and my husband had split, it was hard. It was hard because I had to explain myself all over again. And that was the main question that was just over and over and over. And it was just getting like, is that all you think trans women are? Is what's in between their legs? Like, you don't get to know the human side of them. It's always a sexual pleasure for you guys.
So did you
And
feel like your husband wanted you because he liked the female appearance, but he still wanted a dick?
Not necessarily because I was feminine. I was feminine before I transitioned. So
Right.
he loved the feminine aspect of a man while still having the feminine entity of a woman. But when I transitioned and he knows I'm having bottom surgery, he's okay with that because he's been with a woman. He's been with
Okay.
a female before. So it's like at the end of the day,
How
you
does
know, it worked.
I think this is what and John A help me out if I'm wrong or whatever. But I think that's where I get confused at personally because it's like if you were to go through with the whole situation, cut your shit off, you get a pussy, whatever, whatever. How does that make a man gay? Because I already look at y'all women to me. And so
They're
if
not.
y'all fucking with somebody that's straight, whatever, okay, they fucking with my trans sisters. It is what it is. I don't look at them like they gay. It's so many situations that I don't look at people like they gay. Oh, you got
Because
your
Let
they're
me
dick sucked
not.
by a man. That's not gay.
so
You
so
did
let
this. That's
so
not
so
gay.
let me say this.
Go ahead, babe.
When a man is clearly when a man is gay, a gay man don't want no trans woman. They don't want no titties. They don't want no woman with it.
Exactly.
When a man is gay, he want another man with shoulders and a beard and a goatee.
That's
You know what I'm
me.
saying? He
That's
he
me.
want another he
Yeah.
want another man.
Yeah.
Okay, but when there are guys that are bisexual
Mm-hmm.
that don't want trans women either. They just want cisgender women or a
Mm-hmm.
cisgender man. A lot of men that are bisexual either want this or that, nothing in the middle. But then
Uh-huh.
you have other guys that also are heterosexual and
Mm-hmm.
is trans attracted, right? So
Mm-hmm.
when they are trans attracted, guess what? If he wants to identify as bisexual, he can, because guess what? You're dealing with two sexes. You like the sex of a woman and you like the sex of a male. But
Mm-hmm.
even though she's transgender, she may be male at genitalia, but she identify as a woman. So guess what? By her gender being a woman, he can still be straight and heterosexual because when a
Mm-hmm.
man sees a woman, he sees a woman, the essence of a woman, the aesthetic and the outward appearance of what we say a woman is.
So,
He's attracted to that.
so let me ask
But
you
you
this
have
question.
got
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
but hold on to that. But there are men that are attracted to a female aesthetic, but also into the genitalia of a trans woman that has a penis. Does that make him gay? Does that make him straight? I would say no, because it's not what you do, it's what you
Exactly.
do it with. So if you are pleasing your mate that so happens to have a different genitalia or the same genitalia as you still doing it with a person that identify as a woman, so he's still straight. Now the sex may be a gay act, a homosexual act, because it's two penises. But let's say this girl transition. Let's say this girl transitions and she gets a vagina. Now
Right.
you got two things. This man may be also bisexual, so it may not be a difference to him. He may like that. Or this man may only have a preference for transgender women that has a penis. So he's going to leave that girl because he don't have dick. Don't cut the man dick off, man. Don't cut the man dick off, man.
This girl. This girl.
So
This
it
girl.
depends.
I just okay. So let me ask you this question because I've
Yeah.
been in this situation. I ain't gonna lie. Hell, we all had fun.
You had a
I
lot
done
of
been in this situation.
situations.
Yeah, well, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, he did. He did.
It might be the same situation. I'm just referencing back to it.
Yeah,
But
well.
I've been with the DL. You know, we had fun. Certain lines was not crossed, but they were crossed. I didn't consider him gay. You had fun. You was the nigga. You wanted to have fun. That's what it
So that
was.
was
Okay,
experiment.
so you questioning his gayness because you like the aesthetic of a straight man and you want to save his heterosexualism, and that man is gay. Okay, I don't care what type of experience that he wanted. I don't care if you just gave him head and he ain't fuck you. I don't care if he ain't never get fucked in his ass, but he did everything else. That man is gay. He's attracted to it. Now you have some men that would try things that are gay and don't like it. I wouldn't say that man is gay because he had an experience and he
So
didn't like
if
it.
so, if I went through with
Right.
my experience with a straight man and we went through with the whole situation, you
Mhm.
saying he gay. But if we went through that same situation and the process got stopped, like you trying to say he ain't?
No, he's not attracted. He's not attracted. His dick didn't get hard. He didn't come. All of that. He probably thought
You
he did
really
because
think that?
he probably thought he did because guess what? Guys are very curious, and a lot of guys don't test their curiosity all the time. So if he got that far and didn't like it, froze up, didn't like it, don't like another man or a man, and your skin ain't that soft like a woman, like I thought it would. I don't like it. He's not gay. I wouldn't say he gay. That man is straight. He tested his heterosexuality at that moment.
Yeah,
That man is straight.
I feel like with my situation, like he's
But if
definitely
he
not
do
gay.
if
He
he
just
doing
had
it,
fun.
if he doing it, busting nuts, and then telling you he don't like it when he get up and he coming to his realization, and then now all of a sudden he's straight again, and then he can find you again,
That's
DM you again. That nigga gay.
look. That's how my relationship ended, honey. I call myself having a threesome, honey. Then let this man
Now,
come over
now,
here and
now,
don't fuck the shit out of
a
my
lot of
nut.
niggas may get with other niggas and have they female friend that chime in just so they can have a female in the room to stay hard, but then still have that nigga too. You know what I'm saying? The
Mm.
niggas minds be on that type of shit too. They will have the female to keep them hard because just a man by itself probably they won't stay up. But with a female, the attraction is on the female, but it's an additive to have another man in the situation too. That's why a lot of niggas don't mind threesomes or trains, and seeing other dicks going inside of that pussy, and it's a homeboy thing. Or niggas they won't fuck each other, but they jack off next to each other and shit. And come on each other and shit, all that faggot ass. So these different types of stuff that be. Child, listen, I know too much. Child, I just know too
It's
much.
way too much. Oh my
And
god,
a
my
nigga,
version
a nigga
is
would
the
sit
same.
there and lie. He would sit there and lie to you. He would lie. Listen, when I tell you,
Oh, but
I have cornered so many guys in questions because I'm
well,
a psychiatrist. I questioned so many guys in shit and just get them to a point of admitting into their homosexuality. Because the fact of the matter is, a lot of guys will hold on to their heterosexualism to perform in front of their mama, their sister, their
That's
wives and
what
stuff.
that's what
They will
got you in
they will
trouble with
perform.
the first
Let me
episode.
tell you a story. Let me
That's
tell you
what
a
got
quick
you in
story what
trouble.
happened. Let me tell you a quick story what happened. I was in a threesome, right? I was in a threesome. It was a gay guy. He was bisexual, but he was gay, but he was open into doing
Yeah.
other stuff, whatever. And then it was a guy that was straight. Me and the straight guy done hit it off before. We was, whatever, whatever. The gay guy told me that he had a session with this straight nigga that I was fucking around with. I said, "Oh, really?" He said, "Yeah, I sucked his, he sucked mine, and I fucked him, he fucked mine, and we was doing all that, and we did it." Yeah, I said, "Oh." So it got to the point where all of us was together in one room, right? Set it up, nigga, set it up. We set them up. We all came in the room. We all came in one room, and we was all together. So one thing leads to the other. We touching and feeling and groping and grabbing and scheming and pulling and. So
Oh
we
my
getting on to that. So I
God.
I get I gets I
Right.
gets down to committing going ham, child and nigga. So then the guy started touching the gay guy started touching the straight guy, and he like, "Yeah, no, chill, like, come on, now, and then he started, and then he gave in a little bit, and then he was like, "Well, don't touch my ass," and like he was performing. And I'm a trans bitch. So imagine what niggas do in front of cis bitches. Okay? He was performing heterosexualism. He gave me all the attention. Now, if I felt like the fish, in a situation, you know what I'm
Of
saying? I felt like that
course.
bitch because he was giving, like, I was the female in the room, and he was
You was
giving he
that
was giving
bitch
me
at that
all of that.
moment.
And
Yeah.
he was like, "Yeah, come on, like, chill, like, stop touching me.
You
If you
was
gonna
that
watch,
bitch in
just
that
watch,
moment.
but don't touch me." But I'm looking in my mind, deep down in my mind, hello, I knew that this man, he already told me that y'all was already fucked. Why is you performing in front of me trying to be straight? So niggas will perform. They will hold on to their straightness for a bitch.
Ugh.
Because it's what they're accustomed to, honey.
Yeah, ugh.
That's
I'd
that
have been
mental.
there.
That's that mental trauma shit.
And
Boy.
then a lot of niggas will compromise what and fuck a nigga only if he feminine, only if he wear a wig and some lashes, and lipstick, and as long as he wear a skirt and
No,
dress up in
but
some
no,
lingerie,
I no,
I might fuck him. And then a
I
lot
can't
of them get mixed up with
I can't
baby
have that.
trannies and cross dressers.
I can't say that because, like, me personally, like a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? If you get to know me, whatever, whatever, they may think like I'm this bottom ass nigga. So, like, a lot of my friends are straight, whatever. I flirt with straight guys all the time because that's who my friends are. But I don't look at them like, we possibly could. I mean, if we do, we do. But if we don't, we don't.
So
Oh,
what that mean? What that supposed to mean? You trying to say you could flirt with him, but that don't mean that you gonna fuck him?
I mean,
That,
you
that's what
can't.
anybody. That's what anybody. I can flirt with everybody. I don't mean I'm a fucker. But a nigga ain't gonna be a straight a regular straight nigga ain't gonna be flirting for no reason, and then you trying to fuck shit. Let's call it what it is.
But
You know what I'm saying?
I do think because I do have like a lot of straight friends, right? And I'm just using this as an example. I do have a lot of straight friends. So say if me and one of my
I
straight
actually play.
friends just in a moment, they're
play
right, clutching. Uh, if me and one of my straight friends just chilling, whatever, some shit pop off, and say if you got a baby
Mm.
mama, you got a wife, whatever, whatever, and some shit pop off, I'm not gonna look at you as you gay. Like we just had a moment.
that nigga gay. Stop trying to coddle these niggas. Stop trying to save them from being straight. He's probably predominantly live a straight lifestyle. But that nigga like fucking you every now and then. He like his dick gets sucked by a nigga
Mm-hmm.
every now and then. You know, a man. Because if it was just head, then he'll find a bitch to do it. But he found you, the
But
nigga
I don't
gay.
think, but I don't
But
think
but
so.
I wouldn't say gay. He be bisexual, but you know, the nigga like niggas, he's gay.
Right.
But wait, okay, so wait, I don't think so. And here's why I say
Come
this.
on, Audrey. Come on, Audrey.
So you know I got a little razzle dazzle myself with a couple of straight men. But I don't think that they're gay because head doesn't have a gender. You know, you have women have lips, a man has lips. If you give good head, you give good head regardless if you're a dude or a guy or a girl. I mean, head is head. You got that super couple Glock 30,000.
Let me tell you
I mean
something.
that
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you why head is not head.
Why?
I'm gonna tell you head is not head because guess what?
Explain, please.
You got a gay man over here, and I bet you he won't let a bitch suck his dick. Okay, so head is not head because when you give it head, your dick gotta stay hard for you to suck and gag and gawk and swallow and gag on it. Okay, you
now we
have to
talking
have an
about
attraction. You have to stay stimulated, hard, and attracted because guess what? We're talking about penises, not a pussy. Anybody can put their mouth on a pussy. But we talk about a dick that has to be hard. I have to see that you like it. A female can fake her orgasm, but a man can't. A man has to be hard. You know when a
Right.
nigga like what he like. So when
Right.
that dick is hard, that nigga is attracted to whatever he looking at. The nigga ain't blind. He
Mhm.
sees a nigga with a beard and a wide back. But why is my back motherfucking window?
okay, so
He
my
like
thing is
that shit. What's that football player? Reggie Bush. Big wide back ass nigga. You like that, okay? Because if it was just head, you would find a bitch to suck your dick. Cause you a nigga, right? You could get bitches. So
okay,
it ain't it when a nigga talk about head is head, nigga, do you like that shit? Your dick is hard, right? Okay.
okay. So to piggyback off of that, you said that gay men won't allow a girl to suck his dick. Now, are we talking about feminine gays? Or are we talking about gays in general? Because there's a lot of gay men that have women suck their dick. It might not be a constant thing, but it happens. So, are we talking about feminine gays? Now that would be correct. Now that would be correct. I don't think most feminine gays gonna let a female clock 9,000 on their ass. But me,
So
I'm gonna give a
so
prime example.
so so once again, just like a man can be predominantly straight and dabble into homosexual activity, there are homosexual dominant men that dabble into straight activity.
Hmm.
So that doesn't mean that you're gay or straight. You know, that just means that you're bisexual every now and then. But you will go and you will teeter totter on the
I
other side,
don't
but you're
know. Like
predominantly on this side. You see what I'm
I
saying? So a man can live a straight heterosexual lifestyle and just predominantly teeter totter in homosexual behavior. But he's no longer straight once he crossed over to that path. He's now bisexual. We gotta distinguish the two.
but I don't
Okay,
know. I mean I get what you're saying, but
Stop
for
I
saving
know.
them
me,
niggas. Fuck them niggas.
I'm
Fuck all of them.
like, you
Fuck them
know,
niggas. Stop saving them
like
niggas.
I think you
Them
gay
niggas
when
ain't
you
saving you.
penetrate. That's
no,
just me.
I
You
don't
gay
think
when you
so.
penetrate. If you stick your big old King
Sure.
Kong dick in some little tight little booty hole and you attracted to a man,
Well, how about
gay.
this? Go ask your mama. Ask your mama and see what she say.
Of course you gonna
I
say
will.
hell
You
no.
know what? I'm gonna answer this question and I'm gonna
Ask your
come back.
mama and ask her if he gay or straight.
I will. And my mama keeps it
Mhm.
honest. So I'm gonna ask her. So the
She
next
gonna tell you.
episode,
Mhm.
No.
These niggas gay. I'm telling you. Let me tell you something. When I transitioned, before I transitioned, I got called so many faggots and gays and punk and sissy, and I'm gonna beat your ass, and got jumped and all that. Went through all that. As soon as I transitioned, all them niggas was, oh my gosh, they before I closed the door, their ass was in the air. Okay, they wanted to get fucked. They wanted to suck and get slut out and rope and
You know what's
child.
funny? Because
You know,
y'all as trans
niggas, they
women,
gonna perform all
y'all as
day,
trans women, to
and
be
they be
honest,
liking what they like.
yes,
So
that's what I'm saying.
I
Y'all
just
as trans
I
women, y'all
observe,
actually
I hear, and I see.
y'all
I
get
find
more
out totally different
action
things.
because guess what?
Totally different
Me as a gay
things.
man,
Okay,
I can look at a
totally
dude
different
as a gay
things.
man and be like, oh yeah, he cute, whatever, whatever, whatever. He ain't paying me no attention. But y'all ass can walk by, you Audrey, y'all walk by, that nigga looking. Y'all get niggas that the gay niggas don't get because niggas. What the hell's y'all want to do? But what the hell's up? All it knows. Okay, but
Okay, sorry, my headset.
I'm sorry, it's okay. Um, but y'all as women, as trans women, y'all get more play than we get as motherfucking niggas. Y'all get way more play. Y'all think y'all
Hmm.
don't, but that's not true. That's not true.
Well, what I would say is we probably have well, as far as when it comes down to men, I would say when it comes down to men, we have a best of both worlds because not only guys that are straight that will come to us, or guys that are bisexual will also come to us, or maybe gay guys that may have a straight experience from us. So we do get all of that because a straight man wouldn't have an experience with a gay man for the
Right,
most part because
right.
he looks like a man. He'd rather have a woman or somebody that fits that female description. So I would say that, however, we don't have the privilege in relationship with men as gay men because gay men are more privileged in that area. Gay men is more acceptable to society than trans. Trans is at the
You
bottom. So
think so?
I'm
Honestly, you
telling
really
I'm
think
te-
so?
I'm telling you, babe. I'm telling you, trans is at the bottom when it comes down. I mean, you probably seen here and there successful relationships in trans women now, but for the most part, trans women are sex. Most of them are sex workers. Niggas are DL. They fucking on them and they disposing them. Okay, the trans women are getting killed. Okay, because the
Yeah,
nigga don't. They don't want niggas to know.
and I
Okay,
agree.
so it's more of a privilege when it comes down. You guys are able to live in your truth and have successful relationships, whether it be toxic or not. Have relationships with other men openly, and hold hands and do all the things and vogue and duck walk. Y'all can do that, but a lot of
That's
trans women
wild.
are not or can't do that. You know, and a lot of trans women, a lot of them almost have to be passable to even be in a relationship with a nigga publicly. So it's a lot.
And you know what? I think for me, looking on the outside in, I was like, yeah, they get it. Shit, that's what them niggas want. They want the girls with the titties and they want the
Yeah,
head.
they gonna fuck us. Of course, they gonna fuck us. They gonna find us. They gonna DM us. They gonna Facebook us.
Mhm.
They gonna Instagram, MySpace, all of that. They gonna get us and they gonna
Periscope,
fuck
BGC.
us. All of that. Christian Mingle. They gonna get us, but they don't want no relationship with us. No,
Mm.
no, hell no. So it take a special type of man to be with a trans woman to climb this tree.
And with that being said, I have learned a whole lot tonight.
hmm I want to
And you
thank
also
y'all
gonna
for
learn
coming
Beyonce
out.
that bitch.
You say
That's why I
what?
wore
You
this
said
shirt. I
you
said,
said
y'all, they
what?
also gonna learn that Beyonce is that bitch. That's why I wore this shirt. Because
She is, honey.
the shade room was reaching for the Queen Bee. Okay.
What is that about
Talk
her and
about talking about
Adele?
Beyonce couldn't sing.
Yeah, it's talking about Beyonce, that Adele without seeing Beyonce. That's why I wore this shirt. That's why I wore this
So
jack twirl it.
They
Twirl
were
it,
trying to
sis.
say Beyonce and Adele who will win or whatever. Again,
beautiful
Beyonce
gowns,
is in a
beautiful,
whole different category as well
beautiful
as Adele
gowns,
is. So there's no
beautiful
comparison.
gowns.
But that's why, honestly, that's why when it come down to my podcast, I really don't look at the shade room and celebrities because when that whole situation come about, they want to pit each other against each other. I don't see it for Adele or Beyonce. Again, that's almost like what was it? The last episode we had, it was Beyonce and Mariah Carey. There's no comparison. They're both great. The same way I feel about Adele. They're both great.
It was just the vocals for me.
But we can't do that. But we can't do that because they both give us something different.
Now, I would say the reason why they comparing Adele to Beyonce today is
Why?
because vocally they're sounding similar, and Beyonce is not that her agility is not as the same as the 90s and her first album and freaking dress and all that. She's rapping now and she's talk singing and she's giving us very the minimum today. So that's why they saying Adele, okay? But Adele can sing. She has beautiful gowns. She lost weight. She has nice
That
blonde hair.
was a beautiful
Her
gown.
glasses, wonderful. I think she's the female Sam Smith. She has a strong tone, very rich, very, she has,
And it's
but
even weird
um,
that you say she's a strong Sam Smith because she was out way before her, way before him. And I remember listening to Adele back when I was like 18 years old. I'm 31 now. And she had that one song, should I give up or should I just keep
Patient
it?
pavement.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I,
Like
I
I
knew
was with
Adele. I only
Adele
knew
with
Adele when she came out with Rolling in the Deep. That's when I knew
see,
who Adele was.
and that's why I can understand why you have the conversation you have about her because you was not there from the start. So I
Who?
can get it.
Who?
You wasn't
Oh.
there from the
First of
start.
all, yes, the fuck.
No,
But
No,
but
what?
no,
does
not you.
does she
No,
not
Right.
does she not gave you the same from the beginning to the end? Adele
Was
has shown
someone like
you the
you?
same.
Was someone like
no.
you?
What I'm saying
Does she
is,
sound
and I
different?
think no, but what I'm
Big
saying is,
Adele, skinny Adele, same
I
voice.
think I think the only person who can, I guess, identify right now would be Audrey because she understands Adele when she was that "Should I Give Up" or "Chasing Payments" girl. Like we was rocking with her then. That that's back when we was kids. We grown ass people now.
I was with her to someone like you, and then she kept giving us sad, depressing songs, so I had to stop.
Oh
Like, okay,
no.
but no, and the reason, okay, so I'm just gonna cut it short. But the reason why I say Beyonce is that bruh, because if we're gonna look at it vocally, not from a person standpoint, but vocally, Adele is about like a here, she's up here like a little elevator. But Beyonce like this. Beyonce gonna give you whatever she gonna give you, and everything in between. And so I'm just like, if we speaking from a vocal dynamics,
People get lost, and I'm not taking away from nothing Beyonce, but people get lost in the production. Does she
no.
put on a production? Yes, she does.
But if
When
you
it
listen
comes
to her,
down to vocals, can Beyonce be outsung? Of course. We
but just
look
not
at
by
the
Adele,
production.
Not by Adele.
not by Adele.
But
Adele
that's
has
what
a
but
beautiful.
but
Adele
that's the
has
thing.
tone. She
That's
has
what
tone for days.
that's where
Beyonce
we
have
keep
more vocal
but
ability and range.
that's where we keep going wrong because Beyonce puts on a production. Adele does not.
Yeah, but if Beyonce sat her ass down, like how she done plenty of times in a stool and flat out sang, She's proved herself.
Yeah, she had.
No? Okay, so why are we acting like Beyonce not out singing Adele again?
I didn't say she couldn't. What I said was, why the hell is people trying to compare the two? Because they two different people.
I don't know.
The
I
same
don't
way
know.
I said about Beyonce and Fantasia, two different people. They keep wanting to compare Beyonce. Beyonce is in her own lane. She doing her thing. She did her thing. Why are we
If
trying to
guess
compare her? What?
and here it is. If they and if people didn't thought she was all that good, they wouldn't compare her to all the fucking greats. So there you go. Obviously, we know she doing the fuck she doing. People were saying Beyonce couldn't sing when she first started singing. It's just people just keep saying that. People say, "Oh, that bitch can't dance. Oh, she ain't got no ass. She got ass. Oh, she can't sing. She started singing. Oh, that bitch can't dance. The bitch started fucking dancing. Single ladies. You know, the bitch, she bald headed. She got hair. She showed her hair. You know, people gonna
But guess
always
what?
talk about other people.
And I agree with that. But guess what? They did the same thing with Fantasia. Oh, Fantasia screams. She do this. She do that. But guess what? Fantasia is respected by all the greats in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
So is
Fantasia
it
not out singing Jennifer Hudson.
that lies you tell? And we not gonna agree on that. And that's fine, sis. We not gonna agree on that. If you think that Jennifer Hudson can outsing Fantasia, then you better twirl in that chair another again.
Now we talking about out scream. Yeah.
No, Audrey, nah, you wrong. Cause
I mean,
neither one of them
Fantasia.
scream. They really both of them sing. But when it come down to
They
singing,
sing. They sing.
Fantasia got their hands down.
But she's gonna give you that church holler.
And she gonna give you that. But if
Okay,
you
so she screams.
I think Jennifer Hudson has more ability, more range, more vocal training technique. She also can take you to church as well. But when you hear Fantasia, she is strictly soul, strictly uh she's strictly that. So it's like Fantasia, you know you're just gonna get this, but with Jennifer Hudson, she could give you all of that.
are
So
you
that's why
serious?
hell yeah.
You really feel that
Hell
way?
yeah. And I love
You
Fantasia down.
you really feel that way? There's no way possible you can feel that way. But if that's the way you feel, that's the way you feel. So you don't think the same thing about Kiki? Because Kiki, Young
Kiki and
Dolph,
who?
no, listen. So y'all already know Young Dolph, he been passed on, but I guess today they had a memorial for Young Dolph, and Kiki Wyatt, she sung His Eyes on a Sparrow, but she was the same goddamn Kiki Wyatt. She did her
What
thing, but she was the same fucking Kiki Wyatt.
what about Kiki White though?
Everybody like people say Kiki White can out sing Beyonce. They don't say she can out sing Fantasia.
Kiki White would sing all them bitches under a stool. Are you crazy?
Are you
I'm
crazy?
not I'm not saying nobody can out sing Beyonce, but it's certain people that will. But it ain't Adele.
I'm not saying Adele either.
Kiki Wyatt, the only person I will pit against Kiki Wyatt, and I barely probably would do that, is Karen Clark Sheard, honey. And Karen Clark Sheard would sing all the girls underneath the jailhouse.
She don't have a reason to do a versus. Like she's the human echo. What are we doing?
Oh,
Karen. She's the human echo. Like, what are we doing? That don't make sense.
she was singing that she sung at what's his long dick ass Nick Cannon.
Long dick.
He was
Oh,
ooh child.
she
Yes.
did. You right. Okay.
Yes, Lord.
Did you see that dick?
Okay. Real topic, real quick.
There's a God somewhere.
Ain't it? Real topic, real quick. So, y'all know Nick Cannon's son, he died of cancer or leukemia or whatever the case was. And Nick Cannon said that he didn't want to take his son through chemo because apparently Nick Cannon had went through some cancer things and he knew what chemo felt like. So he said, I don't want to take my son through that. And before we knew it, his son had passed. How y'all feel about that? If you had a kid and chemo could possibly save their life, would you do it? Or do you feel like I'm not gonna put my child through that?
I'm not gonna. I mean, personally, that would be the most devastating situation I have to choose.
Mm-hmm.
But I would honestly leave it up to my child. You know, I seen it too. Like I saw my adopted mom go through chemo, and it's not fun. It's not fun at all. You sick, you throwing up, you lose your hair. Like it's just a whole mental whirlwind. Yeah, there may be a light at the end of the tunnel, but what if that light may not never come and you did all of this to still end up, you know, I ain't gonna take that chance. I'll let him make that decision or her make that decision. If she wants to go through that, then by golly, we're gonna go
But
through
that
it. But if
that was his child, and as a parent, he had to make that decision.
I'll still have a talk with my child, you know, it ain't my
But
life.
the child was a
You
baby, so it wasn't no conversation with that.
well, I
But
mean, but you said kid, you didn't say baby. You just said
oh, I'm
if you have
sorry. Yeah,
with the
it was a
child.
baby.
With no,
He
then
was
with
a
my
couple
baby,
months old.
I'm not putting my baby through that.
No,
Nah, I'm putting my baby through
so you
that.
felt like Nick did the right thing and just pulled the plug on that situation.
Yeah, because that baby could be reincarnated to the next child, 30,000 kids he want to have. You know, you just never know. You know, they always say we come back in another life form. You know, may come back in a four-legged dog. Who knows? But you know, I'm not putting no baby through that. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
John A,
Tubes and wires and shit. Nah.
what's
Well,
your thoughts?
for me, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. For me, I had a father. My father, I haven't openly spoken about it. I kept it very private. Has been also dealing with cancer, and we had to make some early decisions as soon as possible because once you get diagnosed, you want to act on it as soon as possible because things can get worse, right? If
Mm-hmm.
you want to live,
Mm-hmm.
right? You want to act on it as soon as possible. And we did. It was tough because, he didn't want to believe that he had it, right? You got to go through the whole thing with me and going to the hospital and all that. But we
Hmm.
handled it. We went, he had to go to Atlanta for the trauma center and, the cancer treatments and all that. Had to stay there for 90 days, go through the all that and medication and all that, chemo, whatever. It's not easy, trying
Right.
to, be healthy again, and try to beat the cancer, right? It's an illness, it's a sickness, and it's the whole situation is complicated. But at the same time, help me help you. I want you to live. I want you to be good again. And if this is the only option, you know, it's going to be tough. Nobody said it was going to be easy, but let's go through this together, right? So that's what we did, and thank God today he is cancer free, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for that, right? Yeah. So if I had a child, so if my child was also infected with this horrible disease, for me as a parent, I want to do everything that is possible to help my child. And yes, I know the dangers of the side effects that happens after that, but the goal is to be healed. The goal is
Right.
to, what is the solution? The solution is cancer free, right? That's what we want. I don't want
Right.
my baby to die because I lacked, as
Right.
because of my
Right.
personal feelings, and I didn't want to see my baby suffer, but my baby is going to be suffering in the long run if I don't do anything about it. So my thing is, let's go and do the treatments. Let's go and do what, and then yes, of course, the side effects are going to be how they are. And guess what? As a parent, I'm going to be there by my
Right.
child's side. until
Early
they
sexual.
become healthy again. But you do have some parents that don't believe in medicine, don't believe
Right.
in going to the hospital, that are naturalists and the herbs and all of that. And it seems as if Nick Cannon was, that type of natural herb type of guy as well.
Mm-hmm.
He started wearing a turban and all that. So,
Mm-hmm.
it just depends on what type of parent. But no matter what you do, don't neglect your child and don't not act on it. No matter if you choose to go to the hospital or use natural substances from the earth to help cure, right? But as long as you're doing something, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad you say that. And I'm gonna close out the show with this. Like, it's amazing you said that because a lot of people they may look at us and think, "Oh, you don't have kids, so how can you have an opinion about this or that or whatever?" But we still got heart, we still got feelings, we
Okay.
still
Yeah, and
see
people
what's
think
going on,
that
what's going on.
gay people have kids, trans women have kids,
Hmm.
trans men have kids.
Yeah,
So, once again, identity and sexuality are two different things. Just because, you gay, don't mean that you didn't have kids prior to
hmm,
your
right,
homosexuality or prior to your transition, you probably had kids or whatever. There are trans couples that are having kids together.
right. Uh
I
huh.
Oh
gag on
yes,
that.
girl.
You
Yes.
know, my ex
Yes.
The
was a
God.
trans man. My ex was a trans man, and we thought about those things, and I had other trans man experience, and he was willing to do the
Oh,
same thing.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I believe that's a beautiful thing as well. So once we come out of the thought of assuming, I think that's why that's the new generation we're coming into. We're coming into this new era of don't assume because people are non-binary. You can't assume that they are men. They identify as a man or a woman. They just identify as them in that
That's why I
area.
watched the
So it's a
porn
question.
that
So it's
people
very
don't assume.
important to ask questions. What are your pronouns? Okay. Yeah. Boom. There you go.
But that's the part that we have a lot of work to do. Like black and white, we still have a lot of work with that. But gay life, we still have so much work to do.
Yeah, but we
And
came so far. We came so
Well,
far from where we
I,
were.
I,
So it's a
yeah,
progression, and
yeah,
it's not
yeah,
going to happen overnight, but it's happening fast,
yeah.
as you see.
Mm,
And people think it was a thing where this guy was talking about acceptance. Acceptance. Who said acceptance was a choice for you? You're gonna
mm-hmm.
end up accepting anyway because it's either if you hold on to it. He said if you hold on to a truck and they say let go and you choose not to let go, you're gonna let go anyway after that motherfucking truck take off. As some down the line, you're gonna let go of that bitch.
Right,
So
right.
it's a difference of accepting and surrendering, right? So you have to
Mm,
understand change. You have to understand being adaptable to new environments. It's okay. We are so afraid of change and what's new. We are so accustomed to how we do things. The world constantly evolves, and guess what? It's going to evolve
yeah.
without you choosing to evolve with it. So you have no choice but to conform to what's new. So
Hmm.
yeah.
And even me, like I'm 31, I feel guilty about not knowing a lot of things about my community and the people and my background. Like it's a lot of things that I feel guilty about because
Mhm.
I don't understand y'all perspective, and that's why I have y'all here so I can get an understanding. So because me being a straight man, people still disrespect me if they want to, which I don't get disrespected. Let me put that out there. But if they want to, they will. But y'all, as trans women, y'all get it worse. And so I want to know how I can defend y'all, how I can talk about y'all.
just because. Just because. Like,
Hmm.
if you see something happening, speak up. If you
Yeah.
see somebody turn a type of way, speak up. There ain't nothing wrong
If
with
you see
speaking
if you
up.
see bitches and niggas misgendering, you correct them or you
Hmm.
acknowledge, their proper pronouns.
Okay, so let me tell y'all this, and I ain't gonna keep y'all much longer, but let me tell y'all this. So I remember just recently, like Mother's Day had passed, and of course, you got the transgenders and the whoever they are, and they like, I got friends that may be gay, may not be gay, and they like, yo, I want to wish John A a happy Mother's Day. Woo woo woo. And me being who I am, I'm like, well, how can you wish John A a happy Mother's Day when she's not a mother? She don't know what that feel like. Like I almost lost my sister behind giving childbirth. So I took it personal.
So,
Go
looking
ahead.
at a man-made holiday,
Mm,
let's put that out there, okay?
mm,
Um, Anybody can be a mother to somebody,
mm,
okay? So when the gay culture be like, Happy Mother's Day to Saint Laurent, if that's who their mother is,
mm,
you have to understand once if we get kicked out and we have no family, these people become our family. These people become our mother and our
mm,
fathers in our life. So yes, to a heterosexual person, that is going to be offensive to them because they're like, well, you didn't
mm,
push them out, you didn't do this, you ain't, carry them for 9 months and
mm,
had to go through all these. But I'm just like, okay, well, what if you're not being a mother to your actual kid and somebody else being
mm.
a mother to your kids? Is that still offensive? Well, if that's
Right.
still offensive to you, then you might want to check your own back door because obviously you personally not doing something right.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like I wish my adopted mother happy Mother's Day. I mean, she did have a child, but she was a mother figure to me. Anybody that I've seen that has
Mm-hmm.
been a mother figure or a father figure in my life, regardless if you have kids or not, I'm gonna wish you, a happy Mother or Father's Day
It just,
because you have.
I think for me, it just always been hard to wish
So do
a
you? So
transsexual woman a happy Mother's Day because I'm like,
so do you feel as though that is
Well, we
attacking
have
or
we
attack?
have the we have to
Go ahead.
understand that being a mother doesn't mean that you have to have a child from your loins and your vagina and you push them
right.
out. That's not
And
that's
I
that that's
understood that.
just that,
Right.
that's just biologically being a mother.
Mm-hmm.
But being a mother, you can nurture children, your baby father's
Mm-hmm.
children, or you could be a mother to your stepchildren, or you can adopt a child and be a mother. You don't have to carry a child for 9 months
And I
to be a mother.
and
And they would and that's what cis women would use against trans women. Oh,
mm-hmm.
you ain't no real woman because you can't have
Mm-hmm.
no kids. You ain't
Mm-hmm.
no real woman because you don't bleed and you ain't got no period. And you ain't no real woman because of that. And guess what? That doesn't make me a real woman. I know what biologically that you're a female.
Mm-hmm.
So a real woman doesn't I don't have to have a baby to be a woman. There's born genetic women that can't have kids. There are
Mm-hmm.
born genetic women that cannot have menstruals. There are born genetic women that have
Mm-hmm.
zero depth vaginas. They have a
Right.
vagina, but no,
Right.
no vaginal canal, no
Right.
womb. Some women are born without uteruses, right? You have intersex people that are born that has to choose their sex. So when we talk about what makes you a woman, what makes you a woman is your true essence of femininity and your
Mm-hmm.
identity. That's what makes you a woman. What makes you female is you pushing out a baby, bitch, and you bleeding from your womb, motherfucker. That just makes you female, okay? My motherfucking cat got a pussy, bitch, but that ain't no motherfucking woman, okay? So you have plenty of different people in the world, and just by you being a woman, don't make you a fucking lady. Just because you got a dick, don't mean you a fucking
Definitely
man.
don't make you a lady. Oof. I've seen it.
Okay? So there's plenty of men slinging dick up and down these motherfucking streets of Charlotte, Mecklenburg County, and they are not real men. They just males out here, niggas. Okay? So the experience makes you who you are, right? You don't have
Mm-hmm.
to be born a certain way to conform into that. That's why it's a gender construct.
Mm-hmm.
Your experience. I never had the experience of being a man, so I can't teach a man how to be a man.
Ah,
I transitioned at a very young age. So despite of how I was born, I'm not equipped with the experience to teach a young man how to be a young man or a man in the world. I can't do that. I
ah,
need a man to teach a young man how to be a man. I will be
yeah,
equipped I will be equipped to teach a young lady how to be a lady because that's my experience. My experience is
exactly.
a woman.
I feel
My
like you
life
Audrey could do
experience
that.
is a
Yeah,
woman.
Well,
Does that make sense?
I'm different. I grew up as a boy, so I can teach a man, a little boy, how to be a man. I went through that experience. I also can teach a girl how to be a lady because I've had that feminine essence. I grew up around women. I knew nothing but women things. That's my whole life. So I grew up in the midst of both. And that's what I love about me because I can do both. I've lived it and it's so crazy. And I really do hope you guys listened and took some notes and did
of
all these things because
course.
it's a lot that comes with us. It's not easy. Damn sure not easy. But I really hope that we answer your Mother Day question though.
And on that note, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Anonymous Me Loud. We had a good time. I am so happy got to go. Listen, we've been sitting here for what 3 hours. We gave y'all
Damn
all
near
we
three
had.
hours.
We talk, but see, that's what happens when you just continually just talk and flow and just pour out and give y'all. We laughed, we cried, we talked about everything. We
Let
went
me
ups
just
and downs. We
let
talked
me
about
just say
everything.
this to all the people because people be coming to me, they be talking about the show. Listen, these young ladies, I reached out to them. Of course, I kind of saw them on social media way before I asked them on. They've been great, they've been awesome, and I can't thank y'all enough. I really do thank y'all because y'all have opinions that I don't know and y'all teaching me shit as I go. So that's the whole thing about being on a podcast, bro. It's just about being honest, being open, and that's why somebody else ain't here because you can't be honest, you can't be real, and we can't have
Ooh,
that.
child.
We can't have that. That's not what we're doing. If you can't be honest and you want to be real, let me say this while we on live real quick, and then I'm gonna end this show because a lot of people be in my inbox and they be like, yo, I want to be on Anonymously Loud. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about that. I get y'all ass on camera. Y'all motherfuckers ain't got shit to say. And then when you think you got shit to say, then other people tell me y'all ain't who you the fuck supposed to be. And we don't
Well,
have that. We ain't doing that. We not doing that. So be all or nothing. That's it. That's all.
But shout out to Miss Sexy Legs, honey, because I definitely did catch that chat and she definitely said to shout her out. So hey girl. Hey girl, hey.
That's it. That's all.
yes,
Be all or
yes,
nothing.
period. But y'all definitely can follow us. Stay tuned with us. We're gonna have more stuff coming up soon. Follow me at the real Janae Wright, as you can see in the handle right there. You can follow me www.Janae the Egyptian Goddess, my website. You can follow and see all my new upcoming projects. Make sure you go download Janae the Egyptian Goddess Scorpiotic. I just dropped Christmas Baby. Christmas Baby is out right now. Please go on Tidal, Apple Music, and Spotify and everything. Google a bitch, wiki me, bitch. I'll show up. I bet you I'll pop up. I'm about to
Ooh,
go fry a good old evil pork chop, bitch. And I'm about to make some rice and lima beans and cook fucking hot
I'm
water
about to cook.
cornbread,
Look,
motherfucking some
I'm about
ham
to cook
hocks.
too. I'm about to cook too.
Okay.
I
So
agree.
yeah. Oh, tell them about your book, girl.
What's going on?
Yes. What's up? It's Audrey Nicole, the hostess with the bosses here. So you can definitely follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Instagram is ____. So that's 3 underscores. Audrey Nicole. You can follow me on Facebook. My name, Audrey Nicole. Also, definitely check out my book. If you want to get a little tapped in details of what a trans woman may go through, check my book out. I drop tons of tea in there. So it's called Broken Through a Shattered Glass on Amazon and Kindle. A good high
Come
price of
on, tons
$10,
of tea.
honey. Yes, honey, tons of tea.
Yeah.
So definitely check her
Oh,
out.
that
Let
sounds
me
like
make sure
some
my nigga ain't in there. Let me make sure
He
my
might
nigga ain't in
be.
there.
He
Ah,
might be. I'm just saying.
yeah.
But but definitely check out. I got a lot of things in store for 2022. So be on the lookout for me.
And with all that being said, I have all of their descriptions down in the description box, so y'all can follow them because it's already on there. So y'all don't have to search and look high and low because I already done put all that shit there. And with that being said, man, I love y'all ladies, man. Y'all are dope. I love y'all so much. I really
Till
do.
next
I love
time.
y'all. I really do. Y'all crazy as hell, but I love y'all.
I guess so. When we gonna do this live session?
The next show. The next
Yeah,
show,
cause
y'all gonna be
I gotta touch
here.
on you and feel. I gotta feel on you and
Yes.
touch on you.
The next show, y'all gonna be here. But we all gotta make sure everybody's schedule. You know, my schedule, you know, I'm a corporate nigga. I'm Monday through Friday.
Yeah, I ain't corporate baby. I'm state.
So, you know,
So you know.
I have to go off everybody else's schedule. So, you know, with that being said, I would love for you ladies to come through. I got a whole live session over here.
Yeah,
We do.
just set a date. And we work on clearing our schedule ahead of time.
We will do that. We look. I know Janae, she good. She told me when you need me, just call on me. We gotta work on Miss Audrey over there.
Baby, I'll be busy. Listen, my
I
schedule be booked
know.
out 6 weeks in advance for the hospital. So you just gotta catch me when you catch me. But as long as I get up at 7 o'clock, then we in there.
Listen, we always gonna be a late night type show, so it's all good, right?
All good. Yep.
It's
That's
all
it.
good.
That's
Listen,
it.
you ladies, listen, I'm gonna tell a behind the scenes type story. These ladies, they goddamn told me, bitch, we gonna have a show tonight. We ain't talking about what the fuck you talking about, bitch. We gonna go on live. So without these ladies, there would not be no show tonight. Cause I told them,
Postpone.
I was
Right.
Postpone.
like,
Postpone.
we chilling
We having
tonight.
this. We not about to turn on that damn camera. Stop playing with me.
Listen. But the thing is, I'm gonna say this and we gonna log off. Like when it come down to this whole situation, I be wanting y'all to have y'all ideas and subjects, whatever. We open. It's us. It's us against them.
And sometimes I realize that we can't. We really don't even need subjects. We just start talking.
We and you know what? This is the best thing ever because I'm gonna tell y'all this, and I'm gonna apologize now. The first episode we did, my energy was a little off. I turned on my energy, throughout the course, but it was off. It was off.
Stop apologizing. You seen it. You move on. You grow from it. You see things you don't like. You see things
Yeah.
that you can work on. You move on. You don't have to apologize for it. Fuck them niggas. Fuck them pussy ass hoes. None of them bitches ain't doing shit for you.
I was
You don't have to be so apologetic. Don't beat yourself up about everything.
no.
You learn. You learn. You grow and you move on. And you just see. Okay. I'm not gonna do that no more. Okay. Boom. You ain't gotta apologize. That you did
I,
good. That was your first time.
no, the only reason I apologize because you ladies did so well, and I was like, I don't want them to
So
think like, oh,
what?
are we?
So
Are we?
what? You digging too far into it. You did a great job. You set it up. At least you had niggas don't know how to set up the camera. Okay? You set up the camera, you set up the scream yard. Bitches don't even know that. They ain't got a house to record in. You know what I'm saying? So you did your job. So, look at the bright side of all the things that you put together. You found us. You got us together. You scheduled it. You got your setup. You got a mic. You got your backdrop. You got your studio. You got your sound effects. You know what you're doing. So don't beat yourself up. You're doing great. You're doing awesome.
And with
You strong. You black. You beautiful.
shut the fuck up, John A. And with that being
Period.
said, John A, go ahead and close out the motherfucking show.
Thank you guys for coming out to Anonymously Loud. Make sure you stay tuned. Like on the Facebook page, like on the Instagram page, Anonymously Loud. Make sure you click like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Listen, we are here. What's up? We're going up and we're on our way, and we certainly enjoying the trip. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. I'll see y'all later. Bye.
Yeah.